I think that's a part of leadership, is to have some of the guys that have gone before that have been disappointed to share it with everybody involved. For me, it's a reminder. I, too, have been here 23 years. And it is a reminder. I've been here when it was glory hole days, and I've been here when it wasn't. And so having said that, I want me some glory hole. So I have that perspective.
This is absolutely lit. This is lit.
Let's do another intro. Let's find this one.
I think that's a part of leadership.
Oh, no.
There's a very low percentage of this that is smiles and glory holes.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. This, my friends, is Dark Times with Dark Match Steve. I'm Dark Match Steve. I hope you were smart enough to get that without me telling you. But welcome. Either way, welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, what are we getting into tonight? We're delving a little bit into the topic of Hulk Hogan. Is he on his deathbed, or is Bubba the Love Sponge lying for clicks? Just admit it, Hogan, you're dead. He's dead already. I'm way further down in the rabbit hole with this conspiracy than any of you. I think actually Hogan has been dead for years, and MAGA cloned Hogan so that they could have a useful douchebag puppet to sell beer and the ideal of America, and make people think Trump is even cooler by flexing biceps for him. This is how far down the rabbit hole I am. But let's see what data we can actually, concretely point to here. Let's see who's saying what. We're just going to get into a little bit of this tonight. Some people, so Bubba did talk about this morning on his show. That is the Bubba Army channel on YouTube. That's where I watch it. I know he's on Rumble, Twitch, fucking Twitter. What else does he do? OnlyFans, I think, still. I don't know. But anyway, they got their, the Bubba Army HQ. You can also watch on there. They're everywhere. Go look for them. They got a TikTok. They're probably on WhatsApp. MySpace. You can find them in the encyclopedia. Okay. So anyway, yeah, he talked about it today. Sorry. And sort of responded to some of the criticism. I'm going to show you guys also, because if you aren't following me on Facebook, that's where I put it. Facebook, I reposted this article that was talking about it, and the responses in the comments, I just to me, it sounds like a bunch of people who are definitely not familiar with Bubba, who are they're criticizing, I feel like being overly critical and really not taking enough factors into account when they're making their judgments here. We're going to go over a little bit of that too. And so I'll probably play some of Bubba's segment today. I did hear some of it. I didn't hear the whole thing because I had to, actually my mom is in the hospital. I had to go, be with her in the morning, today, because there's normally at least someone there with her, while she's in there. She's going through a few issues, but I don't know. We'll see if we get to talk about that or not. Probably not. Gonna want to keep it lighthearted and talk about someone else dying. That is Hulk Hogan. I didn't hear the whole segment. We'll probably play most of it on here. I hope Bubba doesn't mind. Don't hit me with a copyright. I'm not trying to steal your stuff, Bubba. I'm trying to, I'm going to try to be fair here. spoiler alert, I'm probably going to be defending Bubba a little bit. And part of the reason I'm doing this stream is because of the reactions that I see from people that I don't, I feel like it's not exactly fair in terms of how they're treating Bubba. So we'll get into some of this. But anyway, let me get to the chat. Say hello to everybody getting in here. Wherever you're at, get in the chat. We're on Facebook, YouTube, and X, formerly known as Twitter. Get up in there. Your voice needs to be heard. I'm telling you, you can't be silenced. It's your right to get in my chat. Literally, we don't have moderators yet. I probably need to get on that. But I like me some free speech, boys. As you guys know, first person in my chat gets awarded a free prostate milking. Let's see who it is tonight. Let me get over there. We got Michael Earl. Congratulations. Woo! Free prostate milking, sir. Come collect your prize. And when I say come, I mean come and get it. Stacy G. Congratulations, Michael Earl. Thank you, sir, for joining us. As you know, Michael Earl, you aren't allowed to pass that on to somebody else. If Stacy G were the first one in chat, she doesn't have a prostate, so I physically cannot do a free prostate milking. She is allowed to gift it to somebody else. If you are a man, you must accept the free prostate milking. Let me remind you. Don't make me chase you down. I'll find you. Fat Pig's up in here. All giggly. The fuck you laughing about already? I hadn't said a joke yet. White Iced Tea, sir. Welcome. DMS. What y'all really want? Hold on. Let's be honest. Do we really care if Hogan lives or dies? It's good radio, though. I care in the sense that I want him dead because I'm fucking sick of him. He's so cringy. I hate how the Republicans just were like, oh yeah, Hogan's cool now. Real American beer. He must really be a real American if he's selling real American beer. Wow, this is really good for Donald Trump. I don't know. If your cringe detector wasn't absolutely nonstop going off during the RNC anytime Hulk Hogan was involved, your cringe detection systems are broken. Just like Hogan's heart, apparently. So we'll see. Bob Cook's up in here. Bob Cook, lover. Thank you for joining us. You and Stacy always up in here. White Iced Tea. No, we don't care. You're right. Well, even though you guys don't care, thank you for coming to check out the stream. I really appreciate you being in here, hanging with me while I rant. Eat More's up in here. Yippee yo Monday, lovers. Yep. It's Monday. It felt like a Monday today. Bob D's up in here. Ready for some dark times. You're in luck, sir. Jeff Cron. What's up? Scott Starbird's up in here. What's up, guys? Creepy. Oh, yeah, the intro song. That is one of the creepier ones. In fact, normally when I cover anything related to Bubba, I like to play the Touch Me Where I Potty song. And I was already a little bit late because I was watching Scott Starbird's stream and eating. And I forgot to start off with that song. Dutch Duke's up in here. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in the presence of royalty. Dutch Duke is in the chat. Welcome, Saya. My liege. Nothing makes a 79-year-old man cooler than a 17-year-old man selling beer to support him. Oh, fuck. I love it. Yeah, see, this is why I get called a liberal in Scott Starbird's stream. They call me a liberal because I'm honest about how I feel when I call out cringe. And I don't know why, actually. I don't know exactly why they call me a liberal. I don't really care for labels anymore. I really do go. So I've judged things on a case-by-case basis, sort of. I don't like to say, like, oh, I'm a conservative, da-da-da-da-da. Like, I'm just, guys, politics is very complicated. Let's just say I support Israel and Iran. I support both Israel and Iran because my tax dollars are supporting both sides of World War III. And I like it. I've been working overtime so that you guys could have a nice, fun war and really enjoy yourselves. So have at it. Dude, both sides, I wish you luck. Snizzook Slizair's in here, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, welcome. Snizzook Slizair. I think Hogan really does support Trump and saw an opportunity to put himself over. No, that is probably true. I don't deny that that's true. I just, whatever. Hulk Hogan giving us the same, like, over the top. It's like, look, guys, let's be real. Wrestling, especially Hulk Hogan's gimmick, that's like for kids, guys. Hulk Hogan. Guys, Hulk Hogan. I mean, I know wrestling is kind of retarded anyway, and it's like fake, and it's something that I should like because it's men in tights, but let me say, they're not as hot as they used to be when I was growing up. When I was a little kid watching wrestling, I used to get a boner because they had abs and stuff. Even like characters like Kane and The Undertaker, even they had abs. Now none of them are fucking hot except for Cody Rhodes. Sexy little devil. Wait, well, what? Moment of silence for Bjork? The fuck happened to Bjork? Agrando said, "You are not a liberal. I'm here to tell you." Well, thank you, sir. I take that as a compliment because in the last chat that I was in, I was getting called a liberal. Traveling fools, yo 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 yo. Yo. Seriously, what happened to Bjork? Do I need to Google this? Snizzook Slizer says, "Do you think 2 million non-American citizens entering our country in a year is too much, Steve?" Yeah, I do. That sounds like a lot. And if they're giving them free money to pay for rent and stuff, sounds like it's going to make housing prices go up in America. But I'm fucking retarded too, so what do I know? Hogan at the RNC was like watching Howard Dean flop before the election. Dude, exactly. He's a huge narcissist. I'm spreading fake news, you fucking asshole. Is that what I'm hoping? That's about Bjork and not about me being not a liberal. Bro, you scared me. You actually scared me. I was worried. Number one, that Bjork was dead, but number two, that I had not heard the news yet. I could have been crying all day. I don't want to miss a chance to cry. She's still alive, thank God. I just want more Bjork songs. That makes two of us. Let me tell you. We were when we were driving in I forget what part, but I think it was Wyoming. When on my recent trip to Wyoming, we listened to some of what was it? Vespertine. I forget her album names. Sniz, well, you need to have the debate with the fat pig because the fat pig wants to debate me on. Well, I don't even know what he wants to debate me on, but he was telling me how much of a liberal I am while in Scott Starbird's stream, and all I could first thing I imagined was he was saying that because I said that if white kids don't want to get stizabbed, then they shouldn't push black kids who are just innocently looking for shade on a hot day at track and field. Okay. Holyoke Joe's up in here. What's up? What's up? How little we value human life. Who? Just because I want Hulk Hogan dead? He's too cringy to live. Listen, Holyoke Joe, even if the real person, Hulk Hogan, dies, he will ever live in infamy tattooed on your back. Oh, fuck. I love it. I think the show would be better if I took my shirt off. Well, I did work out today. I'm not looking like too bad. I mean, the right one looks okay. Hey, where's that guy that was saying I was scrawny in the chat? Where'd he go? Because my arm is looking, my bicep is kind of pop. No, so I worked out today, but I barely been back at it here. It's just, I worked out Friday and today. But my whole trip when I was on vacation, I didn't work out once. I mean, we were hiking some major uphill stuff. I mean, we were like climbing. We were basically mountain climbing. So yeah, I let myself take a week off of working weights anyway. Rainy's up in here. Guys, look out, because Rainy is going to sell you a house and you didn't even want a house. She is aggressive. So look out for Rainy. She's in the chat, guys. She is absolutely lurking to sell houses in here. Now you sound like a conservative. What is going on tonight? We all know they need shade more than whites. Yes, that's true. All right, guys, we got to get to the subject matter. I don't even know what we're going to. Should I just bring up my Facebook first? Should we get to that deal first? Okay, so someone sent me that this chick explaining the gimmick. She was laying out her position. I know Bubba did play this morning, so maybe we'll wait and just play Bubba's segment today and go over what his response was, because Bubba's been getting a lot of criticism. And just for the record, I mean, let me look up what the MSM is saying about this at the moment, because I don't want to be sort of critiquing like an old position. So this is, if you guys remember, I don't have an article pulled up yet, but if you guys remember, so Bubba broke this news, and it was one of the days when I was out of town, so I didn't hear it live, but people were telling me about it during one of the few days that I streamed. What are you motherfuckers doing in chat? God damn you guys. I can't even... You make it hard to concentrate. You have no idea, you guys. I just want to talk to the chat all night. So Bubba came out with this news. He said, look, Hulk Hogan, I've got some inside news that Hulk Hogan is in the hospital and it's not looking good. And he may or may not, I don't remember how, persuasive he was being with the actual fact of him being on his deathbed, but he mentioned that, I remember the term deathbed was brought up. I can't remember if it was articles talking about Bubba saying this or if these are actually his words. I did hear that segment later. I didn't watch it live, but anyway, Bubba was saying basically that Hulk Hogan's health is not good in a roundabout way. And I'm not trying to be vague here just to, provide defense for Bubba, vaguely, but yeah, basically Bubba was like, look, Hogan's in the hospital. He something went on with some procedure. He's not doing well. It's not looking good, and no one's talking about it. And I guess Hogan's people came out and said that was bullshit, and they, his actual reps responded, I think, saying that was bullshit, and he just had some neck and back procedure, and he's fine, whatever. And then I think it came out later that Bubba was actually more vindicated because, it wasn't even news. This is the thing, and I want everybody to consider. I don't listen. First off, I don't have any real insider info on this. Holyoke Joe is saying, DMS, you know nothing. Thank you. I appreciate that. Well, believe me, it won't be hard for me to do a 2-hour show while knowing nothing. So watch me go, buddy. Let me know what you know, Holyoke. We'll break it here. But just let me get through the intro here. I'm just laying some of it out. Nothing I've said is like inaccurate so far. There may be nothing new that I'm adding to it. But anyway, I'm just laying out sort of what has happened so far. People reacted saying Bubba was a piece of shit and you're a liar and all this shit. Well, first off, number one, we didn't even know Hogan was in the hospital. Okay, Bubba was at least right about that. Then it came out that they admit that oh my God, that's so funny. I just pulled up this tab again where I search Hulk Hogan death and Google AI. It's just funny. It's saying, okay, hold on. As of June 2025, Hulk Hogan's health is reported to be stable. Hogan has undergone multiple surgeries throughout his career, including neck and back surgeries. In May 2025, he underwent a neck fusion procedure. However, his representatives have stated that the surgery was successful and that Hogan is recovering well. So this is from June. Not the AI. This I pull up. Let me get you guys on this tab with me so you can see exactly where I'm going here. Promo code's up in here. What's up, Famlam? I was skimming through the chat. Eat More said Hogan is doing leg drops off the top rope onto IV bags, brother. ICU Wrestling Federation. That's fucking hilarious. But Bubba should have known Hogan's arm would raise up on his deathbed, begin to shake as Hogan arose to his feet, gripping his Johnny and ripping his Johnny in half, clotheslining the nurse and leg dropping the doctor. That's how he left the hospital, I'm sure. Oh yeah, I was gonna get y'all over here. Let me drop this and that and there. There. Hulk Hogan's rep addresses rumors he's on his deathbed. Amid rumors Hogan is on his deathbed, the wrestling legend's rep shared an update on his health. Let's hear it. Oh wait, is this a real video? Okay, hold on. Let's take a look at this.
The former pro wrestler, whose real name is Terry Bollea, is addressing claims he's nearing the end. Hulk Hogan is pinning down the death hoax rumors. The former pro wrestler, whose real name is Terry Bollea, is addressing claims he's nearing the end of his life. Rumors that Hulk was at death's doorstep first began swirling.
Oh, I hope we have a video of him addressing these rumors. That would sure put it all to rest, wouldn't it? But if they did release a video, I would say it's probably AI as well. So I'm not giving up on this conspiracy, no matter what kind of evidence you put in front of me.
June 18th, after radio show host Bubba The Love Sponge claimed the 71-year-old had been hospitalized and wasn't doing well following a recent surgery.
Allegedly, Hogan is in.
Oh, look, they got Bubba's clip in here. Holy shit.
the hospital, and I've heard people say that he might not make it. He's not doing well. He's not in good shape.
However, Hulk's team is now shutting down the speculation, telling TMZ June 18th that the retired
That's Hogan right now. See, look, he's fine. He's fine.
WWE star was hospitalized earlier this week to address ongoing back and neck issues, but by no means is he on his deathbed. His rep goes on to tell the outlet that Hulk, who underwent neck surgery last month, is actually already back up and moving around. However, dealing with health issues is nothing new for the wrestler, with Hulk revealing during a July 2023 interview with Men's Health the toll the sport had taken on his body, saying, "After wrestling 40 years almost, my body shut down on me.
Brother.
I had several knee surgeries. I went in for one back surgery,
Brother.
and it was turned into 10 back surgeries.
Brother.
Both knees needed to be replaced, both hips were replaced. And it ended up being 25 or 26 surgeries or a couple more over a 10 or 12-year period."
Brother. Okay, cool. Get out of here. Sorry. The WWE Hall of Famer was recently hospitalized, ongoing neck and back surgery. So this is from June 18th. So this is kind of older. I wanted to see a newer one, but let's just read through Is this just going to be the same thing they just played in the video? It sounds like it is. Hold on. News of the athlete's latest hospitalization comes less than 3 months after his daughter, Brooke Hogan, with whom he shares the Linda Hogan's with Linda Hogan along with son Nick Hogan, 34, DUI aficionado, spoke out regarding their strained family. No contact with my mom, has nothing to do with my dad, and no contact with my father, has nothing to do with my mother. 37-year-old wrote. Okay. I was so badly wanted to see good in them, protect, help, and start anew, just to be disrespected again and again. I longed for a normal family, but it never came to fruition. She added, their behavior became more painful than their absence. So I don't know. This is, and I could be completely off here, and Holyoke Joe could probably tell me if I'm completely off here, because he has an entire back tattoo of Hulk Hogan, and that, at least in my world, that gives you credibility, okay? But I was under the assumption, and I don't know, Brooke is the mole? Dude, that's exactly what Richard Longwood, by the way, thanks for joining the show. Welcome. Dude, that's exactly what I was going to say. I feel like recently, if you guys remember, those of you that watch Bubba's show, you remember how recently Linda Hogan was having these fucking mental breakdowns live on Twitter, or maybe I guess she pre-recorded them and then posted them to Twitter, which is even more pathetic. And in all of this happening, Bubba, I guess, I don't remember exactly what she said. She's a fucking crazy wacko bitch to me. And so I just sort of tuned it out and laughed about what Bubba was saying, making fun of her and, talking about how she was nuts. But basically, she was throwing Brooke under the bus a little bit. I think in Linda Hogan's videos, she was doing that. And Bubba responded by defending Brooke Hogan because he, I think, had actually testified in court, at least on one occasion, about how Linda Hogan was allegedly verbally and physically abusive. That is not my claim, by the way. I don't want to get sued. She seems like a crazy, desperate bitch, so I'm just protecting myself here by saying that. I think she probably did it. But anyway, I think this is how Bubba And this is part of why I don't think that Bubba has been lying, and things may be worse off than they're letting on. And I think Richard Longwood said it in the chat, Brooke is the mole. I think this is how Bubba is getting his information. And this is part of why I don't think Bubba is off here. Because I feel like I don't remember exactly what contacts, but I know Brooke and her husband were sort of being friendly to Bubba after hearing how Bubba defended Brooke Hogan when Linda Hogan made an ass out of herself by releasing these videos ranting and fucking crying into her phone. So this is part, and I could be totally off on that. And if I am, so be it, whatever. But I feel like if this is where Bubba is getting his info, it's probably a lot more credible than most people would give Bubba credit for. I don't think most people, when they are seeing these stories pop up on the internet and they're reading an article, and I'll show you guys the article I reposted on my Facebook, where people in the comments are going, oh, who's going to believe Bubba? Oh, Bubba versus Hogan's reps? Who are you going to believe? It's like they don't understand the full context of things. And I don't think they're taking into consideration how Bubba and his attorneys have that Hogan has a lot of like people invested in him and stuff. Like Hogan has a lot on the line to be risking by, his health being bad, and he's got people invested in him and stuff. That really complicates things for his reps. And I think people are really failing to consider that. And also failing to consider that Bubba probably recently just got a very good connection, sort of inside source into what's going on with Hogan based on his defense of Brooke, which recently just happened. I don't know, but you can look up where Linda Hogan's original videos were released on Twitter recently. It was like a couple months ago or something. So hold on, let me get back to the chat. I know a few people were saying some things. What did I saw a couple things I wanted to point out. Maybe if you knew him, you'd think differently. Who? If I knew Hogan? Bro, I was joking about wanting Hogan dead. That was I'm just having some fun. Come on. You don't know fun. Oh my God, that is funny. I vaguely remember that parody bit. I wanted Bubba to play the Manson bit where he's in heaven and Jobs out Macho Man at the pearly gates, Holyoke. It would have been perfect. That's funny. That tattoo has bed sores? What are you talking? Oh, you son of a bitch. I thought you were talking about somebody else's tattoo. Holyoke Joe's tattoo looks just fine, okay? I mean, it's not great, but it started out not great. It looks just as bad as it ever did. I'm just kidding, Holyoke Joe. That's for honestly, anybody that talks shit about Holyoke Joe's tattoo is jealous. They also didn't get in the ring with Hulk Hogan, including myself. Whenever I make fun of that tattoo, I just cry inside a little bit because I've never been in a fucking huge sold out wrestling ring. Yeah, Bubba is constantly telling stories about Brooke. It's obvious they still talk. Exactly. Or they do talk now. I think the Bubba and Brooke probably weren't close for a while, but after, I don't know. What do I know? After his defense thing, that definitely seems like it changed things. Oh, really? She's always been cool on the backside with Bubba because she knew the truth about everything that was going on. Yeah. DMS, you should stop lying so you don't get sued. As far as I know, you have to, I think, okay, I'm not exactly sure, but I think you have to, like, I think in order to sue me for lying about something, you have to be able to show that, like, I know it's not the truth or something. I'm not purposely lying. I'm just recalling what I think has happened so far. I'm reading articles and stuff to try to, whatever. Well, I'm going through this story. I'm not trying to report anything as 100% fact. I hope no one gets that impression from this stream that I'm trying to bring you facts. I mean, if facts happen to land in our lap, we take them and run with them, but that's not what we're doing here, okay? We're just here to have fun. Oh, here we go. And that's why Bubba said if I said who my source was, everyone would finally get it. Yeah. I did say allegedly. I'm not that far behind in this chat, am I? Yeah, I don't know. I never doubted Bubba for a minute. Dude, you know what? You never know. And it's always a possibility, even if Bubba has like a source that most people would agree. Let's say it is Brooke. If that is Bubba's source, which it probably is, even she, because of like, I mean, I know their relationship with Hogan, hers isn't the best right now. I mean, I know, or at least it seems like she's on worse terms with her mom, but we don't really know. Brooke could even be getting bad info. But this is the thing, is that this is like a life or death type of thing. It's not like Bubba's leaking some financial information about Hogan because Brooke heard that, say, Hogan either fucking, won $1 trillion or fucking was bankrupt. What if Bubba was reporting that and Brooke was his source? I would be saying, okay, that's like, why the fuck would she know the facts about that? But who is going to tell Brooke that Hogan is on his deathbed when that's not the truth? You'd have to actually be a scumbag piece of shit to do that. And I mean, regardless of what I think about Hogan, I don't know that his reps would tell his daughter that he's dying or somebody and it not be at least somewhat true. I love how you talk to me when you're mad. Hey, retard. If you actually listen to Bubba, you know he dared me to get that tat on air. Does that excuse the way it looks? Okay, did he dare you? Did he dare you to get a Hogan tattoo, or did he dare you to let Tyler draw the picture of Hogan when he was 6 and then get that tattooed? What was it? Bro, I don't remember. So look, Holyoke Joe, I have been in Tampa my whole fucking miserable, pointless life. Okay, so I have always heard Bubba just from living in Tampa. I haven't followed the show closely until since like 2010 or 2011, sometime around then, because I remember once I started working this one job, I was up and working every single day by like 7 or 8. So I heard it like every day since like then. But dude, before that, I was a fuck up and didn't even wake up until like noon. And it's like, why? What? I'm not listening to the radio. Face Cops is in here. What's up, bro? 1-888 Diaco. Damn. I'm sorry, Richard Longwood. That's not fair. If I don't show Holyoke Joe, then I can't show you. I'm trying to be fair in this chat. I'll just look away. Look away when I highlight his chat, please. Don't leave. This show is 80% fake news. That is, You're being far too generous there, Rainey. You are so right, DMS. What an idiot. Who? What am I right about? I need to know what I'm right about. It makes me feel better. I'm not familiar with St. Pete that much. The Palace Park. Is that a nice spot? God damn it, Richard Longwood. Holyoke Joe's gonna hate me if I highlight your comment, but anyway. World famous park, look it up. Okay. All right, let's go back to this article. God damn it, guys. I've got ADD and dementia. Hulk has yet to speak out. Family rift. While Hulk has been candid about his health issues, he's not the only star who has shared insight into their battles. For more celebrity health scares, read on. So, okay, well, no, we don't give a fuck about any of these other people. Barely care about Hogan. Recently hospitalized. All right, so this is just an article saying, oh yeah, Bubba said he's on his deathbed. He's just getting back surgery. Is there any? I know there's been other updates. Hold on. God damn it. Now I got the fat pig calling me. Let me get you guys over here. Guys, let's get this over with. That's the wrong tab. Oh, shit. Fat pig, call back. I'll answer. Or maybe I won't. Actually, I missed the call. I was trying to get over to that tab. Hold on, guys. Are you there? Hello? I did miss the call. God damn it, Fat Pig. I was trying to bring up the tab and it ended the call. I guess it took me too long. No, Phase Cops, we don't have time for that jobber. No, Fat Pig is welcome to call back in. I mean, I did want to get through some of this Hogan stuff tonight, but yeah, Fat Pig is welcome to call back. I'll pick it up. I was trying to get to the tab. You have to understand, when I go to answer a call, an Instagram call on here, now Scott Starboard's calling. All right, let me get over to this tab with Scott Starbird. Which one is it? Hold on. Okay, I got it. Scott Starbird, hello, sir.
Hello.
Welcome.
Let's go. So, what are we debating about?
I don't fucking know. Fat Pig hung up before I got to his goddamn call.
I'm with you. Let all the black kids stab all the white kids they want.
Hey, you're supposed to say Stizab.
Away.
I'm right there with you, sir. Look, these black kids are allowed to defend themselves against these little white terrorists running around in school getting straight A's.
Hey, so on a serious note, when the video comes out and the white kid didn't do anything and the black kid actually just stabbed him, are you finally going to admit that You were wrong.
I wasn't wrong. What do you
Well, I'm
mean?
saying, you think you're right now, and that's fine. We think we're right. You think you're right.
No. Hold on. Let's. Do we need to go back and watch the whole debate between me and Fat Pig again?
No, God, no. What I'm saying, what I'm saying is,
God no.
like,
Let's milk that shit.
right? No, I hear you. I honestly, I think that, like, I understand your point. Like, the dude shouldn't be like putting hands on him and blah 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 blah. But true self defense, if he's walking away and the kid's running after him, and it's some kind of like Nightmare on Elm Street scene where he's falling in the woods backwards and he pulls out a knife, that's one thing. But if he's just like, "Don't touch me, dog," and he's walking, pacing back and forth, and the white kid's standing there like, "What the hell do I do?" And he didn't say anything, didn't swing on him, didn't touch him, and then the black kid pulls a knife out of his bag and just shanks him when he's not looking, not ready. That ain't self-defense, bro.
Well, yeah, and I never would have said that that's self-defense. But the thing is, we have all of these, every eyewitness report at least says that the white kid did in some way put his hands on him. So I'm going by that. I'm not saying that regardless of what happened, I defend the black kid. No.
But that was my point. That's my point. Like, so when the videotape finally comes out, we'll know for sure which angle is correct.
Dude, I'm excited to see it, and I'm interested to see how aggressive each party was, because I think it's obviously the kids shouldn't be bringing knives to school. That is true, but God damn it, a Fat Pig is trying to call in, and I think Instagram is not letting the call come through because I'm on with you. But don't worry about it. Fat Pig, just wait 1 minute. If you can hear me, if you're watching still, wait 1 minute and call in like after I'm done with Scott. Just call in right after.
Wait, we can't do a threesome?
Well, so hold on a second. Let me how do I do that? I'm gonna have to look that up. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I know I can bring more people in here. I just forget how to do that.
Wait a second. What if I hit the little I'd suck at Instagram. This is like the 20th time I've ever even attempted to use it.
If you want to call him in here, that's go for it.
I think it worked. Oh, there we go.
Oh, what did you do it through you, Scott?
Yes. I called you.
Son of a bitch. I'm trying to
Can you hear me?
this guy, and you're fucking taking calls from him.
I think it's fucked up.
I didn't know. You should have said kayfabe. I would have knew. I didn't know.
Can you hear us, Fat Pig? I don't think he can hear us. I heard him say, I think it's fucked up.
Uh-oh. You got the wrong guy trying to figure out here. I'm like a grandpa. I don't know what the hell to do with Instagram. Oh, he gone. See, I told you. I knew what I was doing.
I'll look it up and we'll do it. We'll do it another night.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So if my whole thing has been from the beginning that and it's always been if the white kid physically touched the black kid and pushed him or tried to move him physically, then his own self, the black kid defending himself is okay. I think it's fucked up that he stabbed him, but the white kid should not be putting his hands on him. That's been my whole thing. So if he didn't, then I 100%, take back any even jokingly defending Carmelo Anthony. I reject all of it.
Yeah. For me, I mean, you see my show. You know me. Like, if I'm wrong, I'll say I'm wrong in a heartbeat. I don't give a shit. I'm not too proud. But I can't really think of a good reason why that kid should get to stab him, even if he put his hands on him. Like I said, unless it was like, because he was an athlete. So if he was actually gonna truly harm the kid and he happened to have a knife in his hand, you know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
it's a bitch move to pull a knife, anyways. But I mean, I don't know. But we're gonna have to see. I can't wait to see this damn tape. When I found out they had a recording of it, I'm like, thank you, Jesus.
Dude, I found out on your show. Well, I'm not excited to see a kid get stabbed, but I am.
Right. Right. Oh, I'm with you. I feel the same
Just
way.
because I wanna know the truth of what happened.
Right. Exactly. Can the fat pig hear us yet or what?
Yeah, I can hear y'all. Can you hear me?
Oh,
Yep.
you can hear us? Damn, that's good. I mean, shit.
Yeah, I joined the call.
What's up, lover?
You stupid fuck.
Oh,
At least Scott knows how to do something.
I don't think he does.
I think he does. He knows how to smoke a cigarette like a man instead of that goddamn peach tobacco.
Goddamn right.
This motherfucker smoking a cigarette? What the fuck?
Oh, is that illegal on
He
here? My bad.
smokes Marlboro Reds like a real man, Steven.
Where's my tobacco pipe? I'm gonna outsmoke you two little fucking
Yeah, with your little peach tobacco.
you little fucking Marlboro man, you.
Yeah. I can't do it on my show because it's in a open room and I get kids and shit. I'm like, I can't be smoking in the house.
Oh shit. That's
But
funny.
now I'm in the upstairs bathroom and locked myself in.
There you
And I
go.
sealed my door.
I love to that was one of my favorite cigarettes I would have in a day is smoking while taking a shit. That used to be my favorite.
Oh, you ain't kidding. It's like top 8. It's like top 8.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's like top 2, Scott. To be honest,
I don't know. I like smoking while having sex.
sex, meal, shit with cigarettes.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, probably 3. I guess 3. We'll move it up to 3.
Yeah, there you go.
So what are we gonna debate? Let's
What
go.
the fuck's going on? I was trying to talk about Hulk Hogan. Now I got you two guys wanting
Well,
to
I
debate
was
me
gonna
on black
I
kids.
shit on you, Steve, but then when you said your mother was in the hospital, I felt bad and I didn't want to fuck with you. But then people started fucking with me and said I wouldn't call. So I called and then people started fucking with me and said I wouldn't call. So Scott Starboard called, so I had to join in. So you boys lead the way. I'm ready for I haven't had anything.
All right. I'll say this. First of all, I didn't think Bubba was wrong. I believed Bubba instantly. Like, he knows the family. He knows a shitload of people. Of course he's gonna be right. Like, he's not gonna just come out willy-nilly and say that. You know what I mean? In my opinion, I didn't think he'd do that. So I don't know why one person out there is like, Bubba's full of shit. Like, what? What the fuck are you talking about? Bubba knows everybody.
Dude, I can totally I understand people, and this is part of why I wanted to do the stream tonight, is that I understand why people that have not kept up with Bubba would just be like, oh, Bubba's just doing this to get clicks and stuff. Dude, why would I just don't, given and again, there's been a lot that I've missed throughout the show being out of town and stuff, and my, being in a different time zone. But I just feel like there's more to lose with Bubba's credibility and stuff than there is to gain by him breaking some story that he doesn't at least have some kind of good data on.
Yeah, that's true.
Holyoke Joe's in the
I agree with that.
Hold on, Fat Pig. Holyoke Joe's in the chat talking shit. Holyoke, I'll take your call for sure tonight. I want to know what you know about the situation. Just when I get off with these guys, just call back in. I saw your calls were coming. For some reason, when through here, I can't take in more than one Instagram call at a time. Like, it automatically drops.
Oh man, we could do a 4-way. If you call him, Steve, Scott, me.
Wait,
I don't know if
Still has me.
I don't know if
Steve, because Scott called. Yeah.
The fat pig. I don't know if it's just me or not, but your connection's breaking up.
Oh, you got me now?
It's you come in good for a second, and then it sounds like you're Mr. Roboto for a little bit.
Okay, just cut in and out. We good now?
It sounds
That's
good
good.
now, I think.
That's good. Yeah, that's good.
Okay. Sorry, had to reconnect.
No, I just want to make sure everybody heard your brilliant takes.
Me too. I'm super worried about that.
What a fucking smart ass. I'll fuck you up, Cake Boss.
Oh,
Me, I didn't say shit. I
he didn't do
complimented you.
nothing. He was being sincere, I think.
Jesus.
I know, I'm sure he was. I'm just pre-warning him.
You ain't kicking shit.
Nah.
I'll stuff you in a cake, patty cake, and roll you, mock you with a bee, motherfucker.
He'll kick the shit off your dick.
Oh, wow. There goes Steve. Nah.
Damn.
Oh,
I wouldn't fuck with you that way, Scott. You're good people.
Know. I love
I
you.
wouldn't mess you up like that way.
I know. So how can I get Holyoke up in here?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Do I have
I'm
to call him?
blocked, so
I think a four-way battle
Steve would have
royale.
to do it or Scott would have to do it. I'm blocked by him, so I can't do it.
I don't know if I have him added on Instagram. I don't fucking use Instagram ever. This is like literally.
It's fun, isn't it? And it's free.
I didn't know you could make calls. This is great. I'm going to use this for my show too. Fuck that.
I know. That's what I was trying to tell you, stupid fuck. Sorry, I meant Scott.
What do you want me to do? I don't know.
No, you know what? I don't even remember how this was like an accident that I discovered. This kind of it works somewhat for the stream is to just do calls through fucking Facebook and Instagram. I think it might have been the fat pig calling during my show, and then I just answered it through the stream. So it worked.
I ain't gonna lie, I was jealous. I'm like, the fat pig called like 5 or 6 times, and I'm like, dude, how the fuck does fat pig have DMS's phone number and I don't? And then fucking fat pig one day is like, dude, I called you. I'm like, what? How the fuck did you get my number? I'm like, he's like, I'm using Instagram, you fucking retard. I'm like, what the fuck? I don't fucking use Instagram. I'm like, I will now though.
Well, and the funniest part is I didn't even know about fucking social media. I have a YouTube account. I do that just to connect with Bubba Army, but that's about it. But I managed to figure it out.
Yeah. I don't know. For me, like Instagram was always about, looking at a bunch of half naked bitches with their titties hanging out. And I don't see.
I've never seen that. I don't see like I can't even figure that out, like the reels or anything. I just get messages and I can do calls.
Damn. If I show you right now somehow, if I could, all the reels are just nothing but half naked bitches. And I promise you, I never looked up anything. I'm like, I feel like I'm doing my wife dirty looking at this shit. So I don't go on Instagram, but
that's weird because
yeah,
I don't
that's
get
the way I
those
feel
reels.
when I look at Steve's reels.
All my reels are just guys' butts.
Well, I guess my real algorithm could be worse. I guess.
Scott, I'll send you some videos, and all you have to do is hit the like button. It'll change your algos for you. You're welcome.
Oh no! Oh my God! So
Scott, you've never been to the chocolatestarfish.com?
Not that I want to admit to.
Well, that's what DMS is going to send you.
Chocolate starfish. Nice.
Bro, Instagram used to be a lot crazier too. It was basically like how Twitter
have you seen his Twitter?
Huh?
He's got a private Twitter account. He shows everything.
How do you know?
Because you've said it.
Oh, okay. I was just curious if you'd seen it.
And it's not hard to find.
What?
And your dick's not that big, by the way.
My dick's plenty big.
I said it's not that big the way you described it.
When did I describe it
It's a little
as?
curved shaft Willie too.
Huh?
It's a little curved shaft Willie too.
Now I know you're
I think
lying.
they might have botched your circumcision, but that's just my
Oh,
opinion.
now I know you're lying. Now I know it.
No.
Hey,
I was
I'm
gonna
just
say
being honest, bro.
the fat pig likes him bigger. That's all. If it was black and about three or
No,
four
he
more
said he
inches
had a
bigger,
hog on him. It's not a hog. It's. I mean,
It's a
hell,
warthog.
mine's probably smaller than his, but he's got a curved shaft Willie and looks like a half-ass botched circumcision. That's all I'm saying. It's
You
my
are so
opinion.
full of shit. Mine does not even go, dude, you are crazy. Mine doesn't even curve. It goes like straight out 90 degrees from my body. It's been like that since I was, 13 or whenever.
That's what I mean.
12
It
when I got
bends
my first
upwards.
boner.
I'm not saying it bends left to right. I'm saying it bends upwards.
Dude, you are completely wrong. It does
Oh well,
not
maybe
at
I
all.
saw the wrong. Maybe I saw the wrong channel.
Yeah, you're looking at some other guy with nipple piercings. I don't know what the fuck you're looking at.
Yeah. I don't know. The dreadlocks look pretty similar, but I guess I'm wrong.
Dude, he's so full of shit. This is bullshit.
all right. But the fat pig, did you finish? That's the only question left.
I cannot confirm nor deny that allegation.
He also can't see the screen on his phone because it's covered in dried cum.
Steve,
Yes.
watch it.
Just lick the screen.
Hold on a second. Holyoke Joe is saying you've had DMS. You've had me versus the fat pig on Instagram 3-way. When the fuck did I do that? I don't think.
Oh, that must have been a couple years ago. No, that's probably accurate.
Dude, I don't think so. What I think happened, I did not moderate a debate between you guys. There's no way that happened on.
You know, I did one against him on that other podcast
Yeah.
Bubba used to have.
Yeah.
But I think you may have had that. I don't know.
No, dude, what happened is I've had you and Holyoke Joe call in back to back, I think more than
Right.
once, but the only time you guys have had a moderated debate is on that other channel. I'm almost 100% positive that that's never happened on my channel because I don't know how to do it. But it's not like something I'm not like, I'm not a channel that tries to promote itself as a fucking debate moderation whatever channel, so it's not really something I've looked up to try to do. I like to get on here and break down some random shit.
Well, I mean, that's blatantly obvious. I mean, I haven't even been able to tell you what a piece of shit you are, or Scott, so it's obviously not a debate or a discussion. It's just kind of a kiss ass fest.
We're just in here sucking each other off.
Yeah, I know. I'm sure it's making great content.
Metaphorically sucking each other off when we could be actually.
All right, well, Scott
each other
talks
off.
too loud. Boom, roasted.
Boom. I do. What do you want me to do? I don't.
DMS has too many conspiracy theories. Boom, roasted.
The fat pig calls too much. Boom, roasted.
Oh, very good.
Ouch.
I like that, Steven.
You know that one hurt.
Dang.
You kept your You kept your dreadlocks 20 years too long. Boom, roasted.
Oh.
Scott has too much hair grease. Boom, roasted. The fat pig is bald. Boom, roasted.
I miss his dreads. I want those dreads back. What do you mean 20 years too late?
You want them? You can have them. I'll send you them.
No, I want you to grow
he
them
kept them. That's even more creepy.
Grow them back. Yeah, what are you gonna do?
Where's my Wild Bill music video?
Wild Bill. You're talking about Buffalo Bill. You never remember.
Yeah, Buffalo Bill. Yeah. You're supposed to do the tucked in gimmick music video, and instead of Goodbye Horses, it's supposed to be Goodbye Fat Pig. I asked you like 2 years ago. I asked over the line. I gave him $12. I got it done in 5 minutes.
Well, go call their fucking show.
Ooh.
Well, how much you want?
Boom, roasted.
Oh, Scott, very good.
I thought of you want me to do that song? I could do Goodbye, fat pig. I'm
There you
hanging
go.
up on you.
Oh, perfect.
That's perfect. And then I'll fucking hang.
But I'd like it with a music video of the tucked in gimmick. And don't AI it. I'm paying for the real deal.
Oh, good God. Okay. Well, we'll see if that if I actually get a Venmo from you. We'll actually see about that. I'll do the
Ooh.
song for free, but the video I need money. You want me tucked? Please.
You're not showing anything. It ain't worth nothing.
All right, well then I won't do it.
I know.
Oh,
What are you doing? You're ruining your own deal here.
You're the only person that wants to see me tucked, you freak. I'm not just gonna put that out on Twitter.
All right, well then just put up the Wild Bill video.
The Twitter followers on my porn page want to see my dick. That is not.
Oh yeah, you already shaved your hair. Wild Bill had long hair. Doesn't matter anyway.
Yeah.
He wants that curved dick so bad.
Ah, see, Scott is good. I like that. I like that about you, Scott.
I already
Sharp guy
told you
there.
guys on here. I wish my dick did like curve up. I think those look cool. Mine just goes straight out.
No,
I did
I
have
don't
a
think so.
circumcision, but it wasn't botched. It looks just fine.
Mine has the little upward kick. You know, like the kickstand Willie.
I'm
Not
jealous.
severe, but
Well, one that's curved up, that's not as bad as something that's like goes down the street and takes a left. You know what I mean? Like true
well, that's
Peyronie.
Peroni's.
Yeah, that's not right. That's
Yeah, that's when you fall on and snapper.
yeah, that's when you took the last chick at the end of the night at the bar and she sat her fat ass right down the wrong way.
You know what? That's how Hulk Hogan actually ended up in the hospital.
Linda.
That's what happens when you put the wrong phalanx on the wrong syllable.
Uh-huh.
Hogan tried to have one more last dance with Linda, and
Ugh.
she sat on it the wrong way. I don't know. Hogan couldn't get it up, so I don't know if that really must have happened.
Well, that was because he
All
ate
right, well, let's
sushi.
talk about that because that was a topic. So is he dead or alive or what?
Well, I hope
What's
he's
the
dead.
verdict?
He's alive.
I already
You hope
told you
he's
they
dead.
cloned Hulk Hogan so they could turn him into a little MAGA soldier. Israel cloned Hulk Hogan. They have the technology.
See, that's what I was going to roast you about why you're a liberal with all the fucking conspiracy theories, but we won't get into that.
What do you mean?
So be
I
real.
got plenty.
No, not you, fucking
Yeah, but
Steve.
I'm on the right, and I got plenty of conspiracy theories. Don't make it left or right.
Well, yeah, but you also follow. I'm not going to get into that, but never mind.
What, Alex Stein? Bring it.
I didn't say that.
That's my homie. Oh shit!
I know he is.
All right, well, I'm sticking with the theory that Hulk Hogan's been dead back since when the Undertaker did that tombstone on him. They actually killed him off way back then, but they saved his DNA and they cloned him to be a MAGA soldier and sell beer to donate the money to Donald Trump. Did I get hung up on?
No, it jumped on and off. I think Scott jumped off.
What the fuck? I was just laying out my conspiracy.
I know, and then it cut out for your whole conversation, and then I guess he dropped it.
That's what happens when you talk about Israel. Somehow the connection just breaks up. All right. Well, let me, Fat Pig, let me take Holyoke Joe's call, and I'm actually going to try to play some of Bubba's segment from today and get through some of that, because I wanted to at least play that.
All right, very good. Thanks for your time.
All right, lover. I'll talk to you later.
Au revoir.
Call in again.
Au revoir, Pee-wee.
Goodbye, Fat Pig. I'm hanging up on you. Ooh, 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 ooh. All right, Holyoke Joe, did you still want to call in and lay out and put us in our place because we're jobbers and we don't know shit? We're just a few marks. Yuck it up at your own jokes. Yes, I love my own jokes. That's why I say them, is because I think they're funny and I want other people to laugh. Holyoke Joe, I don't have anything to say. Killed the vibe. What? Look, that's not my fault that Fat Pig doesn't know how to make a decent phone call. I'm just the host. I can't control this show. All right, I'll X that. That's 23, May 15th. Jesus Christ. Hold on. 3 days ago, Bubba The Love Sponge shares another Hulk Hogan. All right, let's take a look at this. Jeff Cron. I don't know if Bubba wants that. God damn it. I'm going to have to fucking I'm going to have to have a little talk with Spectrum because they are just fucking me over. I've got a shit connection right now. Scumbags. All right, let me get you guys over to this. We'll take a look at this article together. This is from 3 days ago. Bubba The Love Sponge shares another Hulk Hogan health update saying the end is very, very near. The end is very, very near. Recently, Bubba The Love Sponge caused a great deal of panic online after stating on his show that former best friend Hulk Hogan was on his deathbed. Yet, while TMZ would probably attempt to squash this story, reporting that while Hogan had been hospitalized, it was for neck and back issues and therefore not life-threatening, Bubba has stood by his version. He sure has. And now the controversial radio host shared a further update revealing that in addition to being on a ventilator due to having problems breathing, Hogan needs a heart transplant. This would subsequently see Bubba conclude, I think that the end is very, very near. Hogan is in intensive, this is quote from Bubba, Hogan is in intensive care and cannot be removed from his intensive care. And the issue that he's having is his valve issue, sorry. And it's not that the valve is defective, it's that Hogan's heart is rejecting the valve. That has been discussed for Hogan to have a heart transplant, but the problem you have there is they don't feel Hogan is strong enough. I think the end is very near. I think I did actually hear this segment of the show. 59-year-old Bubba, whose real name is Todd Clem, it's not his real name. His driver's license says Bubba the Love Sponge. Get it right. Was once thought to be Hulk Hogan's closest friend, which led to his involvement in the pro wrestling business through TNA. However, the pair fell out after Bubba secretly filmed his wife Heather. Secretly, right, guys? Filmed his wife Heather Clem in bed with the two-time WWE Hall of Famer, which was later leaked, resulting in Hogan filing a lawsuit. Secretly recorded. Secrets. Everybody has secrets, guys. Should we go to, hold on. You know, I'm not as familiar with the actual Hulk Hogan's professional career history, but does it not seem like this is a little bit more hush-hush? Because, the easiest way to dispel these rumors, you can debunk all of this if you just go to Hogan's Instagram and post a video of him talking. And then we would ask Grok if it detects AI and then see where we go from there. But look, this is what you got on Hogan's Instagram. All these rumors about him being dead. And they're just like, look, guys, drink beer. Forget about the rumors. Just buy the beer 1 day ago. You know what time it is, brother? Call the coroner. You know what time it is, brother? Autopsy time. I'm dead. What is this, a drumstick? What are you doing? Hogan, you don't play the drums. Why do you have a drumstick? You're not in Metallica, brother. Oh, Holyoke Joe's calling in. See, this is what Instagram pisses me off. It takes me to another tab. All right, let me bring you guys to this other tab so you can hear Holyoke Joe. Let's get us there. Hold on. Here? Okay. Holyoke Joe, hello, sir.
Hey, what's up, man?
Who are
I'm a
you?
fucking retard.
You what?
I'm a fucking retard.
Oh, you're calling the right stream, sir. Welcome.
Yeah, fit right in with the rest of the chat. I know everything. I like to say hi in the beginning and then I don't even listen. I just go to sleep because I'm old as fuck and I sleep at 9.
Oh, boom, roasted.
Fucking retarded too. Did I mention that part?
We all just got roasted, guys.
Hey, no, I'm not roasting anybody. I just want to get things across to you so you can stop going the direction that you're going in and process things like somebody who's intelligent and understand this. Look at me when I'm speaking to you, please. Listen.
No, you fucking didn't.
Do you understand that if Hogan was to come out right now and say, hey, I'm good, there's no surprise. He's not ready yet. He's got to get back on his feet. He's got to get back in his gear. He's got to paint his beard back on. And he's got to be back by August when the first show for this thing him and Bischoff is doing, the real wrestling. Ooh, that's not going to draw. That sucks. Nobody wants to see that. I guarantee it. No matter how much they try to build characters out of these fucking amateur wrestlers. And yes, there's nowhere for amateur wrestling to go after college. They could do the Olympics, but still, once they're in their 30s, they're done. So now these guys have an opportunity. They have a new opportunity. They're trying to tap into a new market. They're trying to bridge the gap between MMA and wrestling, where it's a worked shoot, essentially. And I don't think it's going to be successful. But Hogan has to be there for the first show. He has to be there in Cleveland, Ohio. So he's going to be down. He's probably still in the hospital. Bubba said he moved hospitals. So obviously, and it's funny that you still don't know who the mole is. You know, Longwood, Mr. Johnny fucking Smartass. I didn't see anything that he wrote when you put it on the screen because my screen is just too damn far for me to see when those little words come up on the bottom. So all the negative shit that Longwood types about me, you know what really fucking makes me sick? Before I get into this whole mole thing and who Bubba's mole is and all that shit, I want to tell you why you have a bunch of fucking death marks in your fucking chat. Like right off the bat, White Ice T says, oh man, if Hogan dies, I won't be sad at all. Like, just shut the fuck up. Why is everybody hoping for, why is it like hoping for my death? That's old. So now we're going to jump on the Hogan death wagon. Come on, get a fucking life. How about I wish for somebody you know to die? How about I wish for your mom to die? How do you feel?
Well, listen.
Let's pile on. Let's everybody in the chat wish for your mom to die while we're at it. How do you feel?
Listen.
You close to your mom? You like your mom?
If we get rid of Hogan and you have the back tattoo, then that completely erases Hogan from the history books. That's what we want. I'm kidding.
And as far as let me tell you, I almost turned off your stream and I got thick skin. But when you criticize the artwork on the back of my tattoo, that my girlfriend of 13 years, my ex-girlfriend Julie, who was a consistent, if you read the chat, you'd know. But your problem is you read things out of context. So when I'm responding to Ice-T, You're thinking that I'm talking to you, but I'm talking to him. So you think, what do you even mean? What are you saying? Like you read chat completely out of context. Like you read an old comment and a new comment. You're all over the road. But hey, at least you read some of my chats. Normally you just completely ignore me. So props to you for that. I'm not
Holy
bitching. I'm
fuck!
stating the
I
fucking
can't
inherent obvious.
win with this motherfucker.
Unless my chats don't go through when I type them and I can see them, but you can't. Like I don't fucking understand.
I read
So
your chats, and then when I read them, you say, "Hey, why'd you read my chat like that, bro?"
no. You need to know about the fucking tattoo. If you're gonna make fun of it, then you need to at least know the story about it. My
No, I
ex-girlfriend
don't.
Julie was a
Go ahead.
phenomenal artist. She could draw anything, and she did for Bubba. She drew the what's that called? The Mount Rushmore. She did a Mount Rushmore with Bubba, Brent, Spice, and Manson. Obviously, there was no Ned on the fucking Mount Rushmore because he's not real. But then she did this amazing artwork for Bubba in a frame, a giant artwork of him, and it's been with him since his Tierra Verde home. Every bedroom that he's been in, it hangs in his bedroom. That's how important it is, and that's how good her artwork is.
Did
Now
she
she was
also
diabetic.
make Bubba look like Tim Allen in a Hulk Hogan costume? I'm just
No,
kidding.
but what ended up happening is, so Bubba dared me. Bubba said it went like this, because I used to call in and prank Bubba all the time when I first started calling and telling him just how much I love Hulk Hogan and how amazing Hulk Hogan is. And he said, "Sir, if you really love Hulk Hogan as much as you say you would you get a tattoo of him on your back? I'll pay for it. And if you get it, once it's done, I'll fly you down to Tampa. You can hang out with me and Hogan on the jet skis on the boat. We can go to the gym and go out to eat and all the good stuff." So I completed the tattoo by August of 2003. He got fired in February of 2004. I never got to go to Florida. So that's the end of that. But I got to go on pay-per-view, so that's maybe even better. Whatever. That's not the point. The point is
Hell
my
yeah,
girlfriend
dude. You
drew
got, bro,
my
you got, I will never take away from you the fact that you got in the fucking ring with Hogan and showed off your tat. I mean, that is, whatever anybody says about you, you have some fucking awesome memories of doing some wrestling shit. I'll give you that.
I have 21 plus years of in-ring work with every legend I've ever watched when I was a kid, except for Macho Man and Ultimate Warrior, because they died. But I've worked with everybody I've ever watched growing up, everybody you watched growing up, if you did watch. I've been in the ring and performed and got to learn from and benefit from the knowledge of these legends. So I'm not bragging on myself. I'm bragging on God who made it happen. That's absolutely amazing. But I want you to know, my girlfriend drew the tattoo. She drew the Hulk Hogan picture. Her drawing was perfect. When the tattoo artist sticks the wax paper to your back and pulls it off, he draws in the outline. Which you've had tattoos?
No, I don't have any.
Yo, the outline is the worst part. That's just straight digging, just digging. And I had to hug a chair. I had to sit face forward like I was doing cowgirl on a fucking chair and hug the chair while this guy dug in for 5 hours, 4 sittings, 20 hours of work. Bubba paid for it like he said he would. And
Well,
then
that's
it all
at
came.
least you got it for free.
Right. This is the stuff that people don't know. So you want to make fun of me for how it looks. You want to call me a mark for thinking that I paid for it. And little did you know, not only did I get in the ring on pay-per-view once, twice, but 3 times. So in Montreal, Philadelphia, and Manchester, New Hampshire. Not to
I don't
mention
think I'd said anything about you being a mark for paying for it. I didn't know who paid for it or what.
I'm just talking about the
Did
general.
assume
If you Google Hulk Hogan tattoo, you'll see me. That'll lead you to a bunch of Reddit pages, and you'll see everybody has everything negative to say. Nobody has one fucking positive word to say about it. I don't want it. I never wanted a tattoo in my life. It was a fucking dare. I tried to get out of it by getting Dr. Dan to give me fake tits, but we still couldn't even do that. Bubba was hell fucking sold on wanting me to get that tattoo on my back. So I did it for Bubba. I didn't do it because I like Hulk Hogan. I did it because I was loyal to Bubba. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I like Shawn Michaels. Obviously, you know Shawn Michaels because you did the parody song, The Sexy Boy. So you're quite familiar with Shawn Michaels.
I am.
That's my favorite wrestler. So it just coincides with the fact that on May 1st of 2005, when I got to be in the ring with Hulk Hogan, guess who else was in the ring?
Oh, that was Shawn
Michaels.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's the first time they ever tagged up, and the last time, because then Shawn Michaels turned on him, and then they went on and had a match themselves. But regardless, like You can't pay for that. I don't care if you were a millionaire and you said, hey, Vince McMahon, I want to throw down $1 million. Can you hit me in a ring with Hulk Hogan on Backlash? What's he going to tell you?
No, I mean, yeah, that's priceless, dude. Yeah, there's probably he would probably say no.
So you ready to find out who Bubba's mole is?
Yeah, is it not Brooke?
It's not Brooke, because Brooke doesn't talk to Hogan, but who does? Or not Hogan, but Bubba. Who talks to Bubba that isn't Brooke?
Isn't it Brooke's hubby or something?
There you go.
That's well, I did kind of mention that though, because I remember Bubba.
I heard you mention it.
Yeah.
You saw the, I wanted to lock it in.
Yeah. Because I remember Bubba during all of the fucking Linda Hogan stuff, he did hint at that he was talking to Brooks Man.
The hockey player.
Yeah, yeah.
What a weirdo Brooke is. I mean, she brags about how, or sure, I don't know if it's bragging, but complains about the fact that Hogan didn't go to her wedding, but she kept her twins, her pregnancy a secret for a whole year. Like, that's kind of weird, huh?
I don't, you know what? I feel like, and this is not even trying to talk shit, I feel like the family stuff, the issues that they have in their family are that fucked up that, that doesn't surprise me.
Hey, wrestling fucks you up. Wrestling fucks up your life. It fucks up your family. Being on the road away from your family. Like, I never got to spend any time with any of my family because I was always on the road. I was either working every day, all day, or on the road doing wrestling my entire life. So I never got to spend as much time as I wanted to with my family, nor my dog, nor do the things people do, like go to doctor's appointments and dentists and all the things that people enjoy in life. I was working constantly. Even when I was going to wrestling, which should be fun for people, I was still working.
Yeah.
It's not as much fun when you have to work your ass off the entire time you're there. By the time you're done, it's midnight, and you're like, oh, God, and you just want to get cooked down. But that's how I got to be friends with all the legends in wrestling, was I always had the good drugs. I had the pills, I had the weed, I had the gimmicks. So once I got known as the gimmick man, I got over with all the legends. But all the younger guys, the muscle heads that do the steroids, they call them the body guys, they hate the drug guys. So there's like division in the locker room. It's where you have your wrestlers that love drugs and want to do gimmicks all night long. Iron Sheik, I was getting cooked with Iron Sheik till 5 a.m. with my mom in a hotel room, and he's got his sports jacket on, but just a towel around his waist, and he just keeps going, more medicine, more medicine. He just wanted me to keep packing the bowl. Just keep packing the bowl. We got cooked down. He starts doing squats like he's working out at 3 a.m. in his hotel room. And all of a sudden his towel drops right in front of my mom. And my mom is sitting right there on the edge of the bed. But he got down and he picked it back up. But I don't know if she saw his bleed or not. Oh, dude, I got so many stories about my mom and legends. Like literally because she was the handler. So when they came to the shows, she was the one they sat next. She collected the money. The $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase? Mark tried to steal a picture with the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase. My mother literally blocked him with her back, just jumped right in front of his camera and blocked his camera. That's how serious my mom was. She was fucking great. She did so much for the rest of the business.
Joe, she's violating his rights.
No. This is a meet and greet where people are paying to take pictures and people are paying to sign autographs. Pay $20.
Pay
yes. No, you have no idea how the wrestling business works at all. We paid $20,000 to have the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase there. We need to make that money back. We're going to make it back in ticket sales because people are going to come to see him perform. But we also need to make it back in pictures and autographs. So when you have 1,000 marks line up, even if each of them pays $20, how much money is that? $20,000. It pays for itself. Hello.
I can't do math, but that doesn't take away my right to take pictures.
At the meet and greet. Now, afterwards, after the show, whatever, you can take your little picture with $1 Million Man, take it for free. But when he's sitting at that table and my mother has a money box and people are paying, what gives you the right to get a free picture when everybody else is paying? Are you better than everybody else?
The Constitution, sir.
I wipe my ass with the Constitution.
You son of a bitch.
I'm just kidding. I love the Constitution.
Yeah, me too.
How brilliant were those men that wrote the Constitution back in those days to make it still be relevant today? We hold these truths to be self-evident. Yeah, man.
They aren't though. No, but for real, it was crazy. On my trip that I went on, we went to South Dakota and I saw Crazy Horse and Mount Rushmore. It was pretty wild.
Hey, is Crazy Horse a Motley Crue reference when they go Crazy Horse, Paris, France? We got the names, remember romance. Is that the Crazy Horse they're talking about? Or is there another Crazy Horse?
Native Americans might like what is it, Motley Crue? Maybe. Yeah, they might.
You know, I think Crazy Horse is a strip club. That's what I think.
Yeah.
Did you know the Black Diamond in Forsyth, Georgia? Have you ever heard of that strip club?
No.
Allegedly, rumor has it, I heard from a little birdie that the Fat Pig dances at the Black Diamond in Forsyth, Georgia. I'm dead ass. I wouldn't lie to you. And from what I've heard, he gives a hell of a VIP dance.
Are you getting this info from Bubba's source, Bubba's Hogan source too?
I have my own source. I have a Fat Pig source that nobody knows and nobody will ever guess that I'm not telling. But I'm dead ass, yo. I'm not bullshitting. He'll take a guy in the VIP room for a dance. He'll give him oral, and then he'll say, "Nah, don't worry about it. This one's on me." Actually, he says, "Don't worry about it. This one's on me. I know my oral's the best oral you've ever had. I done gave oral to everyone in DeKalb County. Everyone knows the Fat Pig. Just stop by my front porch. I'm drunk. Natural licensed cigarettes, baby. Hell yeah.
I gotta get to Georgia.
Steve. You want to fuck? You want to fuck me, Dark
I
Man
gotta
Steve?
get my little ass to Georgia.
Fuck yeah. Dude, would you really have sex with a Fat Pig?
No, I've been in a long-term relationship.
I'm saying, let's just throw things aside. If everything aligned, you weren't in a relationship, you found yourself at DeKalb County, Georgia, you met the Fat Pig, so you're eventually going to meet the Fat Pig.
Oh God,
and when you
that's
meet him,
frightening.
you guys start talking and you leer into each other's eyes, and then you just say, and you lean in and you just do your mouth gimmick, like your gimmick. But except you do it on his rod. Would you suck his rod or would you rather him suck you? Let's be honest. Don't lie like you do a lot.
I'm a top. Fat Pig would be doing the sucking. Fat Pig likes to think I'm a bottom, but that's not true.
Hey, you give bottom vibes, but what do I come off as a top or a bottom?
You come off as verse, like you do whatever.
Like I'm down. I just want to fuck. I don't care if it's a man, woman, dick, butt, anything. Just give me a pussy, give me some bussy, give me whatever you need. Let's go. I'm down. I haven't had Syzex in like how many? I can't even tell you how many years. Probably about 5 years.
I would hate to think how many times the nurses have heard this rant from you.
Never. I don't talk about it. No, listen, there's nobody here that I can talk to. There's nobody here that I can talk because none of them understand it. So it's like I'm talking to myself because they don't understand the language. There's zero communication. Everybody here speaks Haitian Creole, Indian. There's no white people here at all. So there's nobody for me to talk to. The closest that I have for an intelligent person to talk to is a nurse from Uganda, and he's amazing. He's my nurse tonight, but he's like 6'6", like 350 pounds. He looks like Warren Sapp. He's amazing. But so did my nurse last night, but she was female. I was calling her Warren Sapp to her face. It's so funny. That's why it pays to watch my stream, because you get to see the real deal go on and what I go through, whether it's good, bad, who I'm making fun of, who I'm snapping at, yelling at the top of my lungs, cussing people out, whatever it is.
I do watch your streams sometimes. Sometimes I like to watch it. Well, I'm awfully busy a lot, so sometimes I won't even say anything. It comes to with Scott Starbird's too. I'll just get in there and I won't say nothing for a while.
Yeah, I don't blame you. It's better. It's easier to chill than to chat.
By the way, let me just say the Fat Pig is in chat. He says, "Wow, great content." I think he's liking the call so far.
He's being sarcastic, but the truth of the matter is,
no.
Would you want? Is this not phenomenal content by comparison to like people who sit here like y'all just had right like 10 minutes ago when you got two people sitting there laughing at each other's jokes, laughing. I just made a joke. It's so funny. That's what was going on. In case you didn't notice, Scott Starbird is denying it, but he sounded like he was hammered. He didn't sound anything like he sounds on his stream. He sounded like he had like a couple K-pins and a couple real American bureaus.
He just sounds like he was chill because he's not live on his stream. He has no obligation to, like, whatever.
And then, hey, here's the kicker. And then at the very end, he totally dropped his whole Boston accent and everything, and he sounded like a totally different person. The best thing is all of this is recorded, so we can watch this back. We can watch back and listen to Scott. Listen to the end of his conversation when he drops the Boston accent. It just shows you he's just a regular man that just talks like a normal human being. Not this fucking crazy fucker that smokes cigarettes, Palm Miles, and Mavericks and Marlboros by the cotton.
Stop throwing my boy under the bus. Number one, it's not a
Scott
fake.
Starboard was in my stream today. He's a mod in my stream. So
is he?
We're good.
Oh,
I can talk about him.
okay.
Now, I know who I can't talk about. I can't talk about the Bubba Army oligarchy and the higher ups that are have higher standings than me, because I know you don't know this, but Bubba banned me again from YouTube chat on the last Clement Kush last week.
Why? What happened?
It was because in the main show, see, Seth has a hard on for you. Do you watch basketball? Do you know anything about basketball?
No, I know about Caitlin Clark and Angel.
What about
Reese
the finals?
chick.
What about the NBA finals? Did you know about the Pacers?
I feel like
Oklahoma City. Rainey talked about it. I mean, every single night when the basketball game was on, she's like, "I'd love to stay and watch, but I got to go watch my OKC."
Oh, I
That's
do
what
remember
Oklahoma City
her
Thunder.
saying that in my chat. You're talking about, right?
So the best basketball player on OKC, his name is Shea Gilgeous. I call it Gilgeous. It's Gilgeous Alexander. So they call him SGA. He's like a fucking modern day Michael Jordan. He makes every shot. He does everything right. He's fucking incredible. I got to give him his props, even though I don't like him. I like Tyrese Halliburton. He's the opposite. He's much hotter. He's 24. He's super cute. I would lick him from head to toe again and again and again, like I'm fucking painting a house. I fucking love Tyrese Halliburton. So by that right, I don't like SGA. I don't like Shea Gilgeous Alexander. So I teased Seth a little bit. Seth's like, "Oh, Shea Gilgeous Alexander, he wrote 400 autographs." I'll wait for you.
I'm just fixing my bowl. I'm listening.
Oh, nice. Is that a real bowl or is that fake thing you've been smoking?
Wait, what? Is it what?
That Snowman's pipe, Frosty's pipe with the weird tobacco you've been putting in there?
Oh no, this is
Real deal, Holyfield.
else.
I had one of those before. It was good. That's why I'm so jacked up right now. I'll let you do that. So check this out.
Yep.
So 400 autographs that said this SGA signed. I watched him on the finals, and he came through and he just tapped his pen to people's items. They got $100, $200, $300 pieces of memorabilia they're trying to get autographed, and he's not even looking. He's looking ahead, and he's just tapping his pen on whatever people hold out in front of him. So I said in the chat, I said, he wasn't really signing. He was just tapping his pen. So Seth goes, "Shut the fuck up, Joe, when you're negative comments." I'm like, really? Because I said he was tapping his pen? It's the truth. I'm stating fact. So it's what I saw with my eyes. It's what everybody else saw. So it's the truth. So I didn't say nothing else. I shut the fuck up like he asked, and I stayed out of YouTube chat. I went back for Clement Kush in the members only chat, and maybe this is what happened. Bubba says, "I got to break this down for you, Seth. The podcast numbers are down." So he says, "I don't know what it is, but all of our podcast numbers are down. So what's going on?" Seth says, "Well, it might be the fact that we're doing this members only thing, 4 shows a week, and people are going to watch it over there on YouTube instead of giving the podcast numbers." I just let them know in the chat, there's 14 people watching. There's 14 people watching on YouTube in the members chat going to make or break anything? I didn't say that far, but I just said there's 14 people watching. He said, "Fuck you, Joe. I don't care if there's 14 people watching. Not everybody has all day to lay around in bed like you and listen to everything. So people listen to it after." And then Bubba's like, "What's going on with Joe? Does he need to be banned again? Does he need banned? I'm just going to ban him. Ban him. Fuck you, Joe. You're out of here. You're gone." Whatever, dude. Fucking ban me for nothing because I upset your little girlfriend. Get the fuck out of here. Go suck a fat one.
Dude, I don't. That does seem heavy-handed.
He hates me. He's hated me for. He's hated. No, well, Seth was good when he first came back. He messaged me and he said, hey, I just want to make sure we're good because I know you didn't like me the last time I was here, but I've seen you make a couple comments and it seems like you're cool with me. So what's good? And I said, yeah, man, no problem. Whatever. I think you're great. I think you're funny. I learned how to be funny from you, whatever. I buttered him up real nice. And then I even bought wrestling cards from him. He does card business with people. I bought cards from him. He effed me over on one card. So then he hit me up and he's like, what are you doing talking shit? You're not happy about the cards? You want me to just give me your money back? I'm like, no, you just said you was going to give me an Odell Beckham Jr. card. You know what that is? He's gay, so you should know him. You need to know the sports guys that are gay.
I've definitely heard, Odell Beckham Jr. That's the one that was, so it's actually funny. The only reason I know who that is because he's in that video where people say it looks like he's getting sucked off by Justin Bieber.
Oh, wow. Oh, I need that. Send me that.
Dude, I played it on my stream. Justin Bieber's in some club and some person in their group pulls out their phone and Odell Beckham Jr. is there, and then Justin Bieber just pops his head up after his head is like at the other guy's waist. It looks totally suspect.
Yeah, I love it. I would love that. I would love to get away with that in public. Wouldn't you love to get oral from a man in public? Like in the club, everybody's dancing, and it's such a hot moment that all of a sudden your dong comes out, and next thing you know, your boyfriend's just going on it. Oh, yeah. I love public nudity. I'm very vile. I love sex in public. I've had sex in public too many times with women, unfortunately. I wish I could had some good men stories, but my bussy is still, my hymen is still intact. So whatever. For now, I haven't given up yet. I'll find some guy to fuck me eventually. I figured out, you know what I figured out? I figured out since I can't get any people to come visit me, I have like no visitors. You know what I want to do? I want to sign up for Scruff and just start having guys come. And just start setting up. I'll set up a man pile. I'll set up 8 Scruff dates right here in this room. There's enough room.
I want to see a line of men out that building.
On the building, that'd be hundreds of men.
Yes, I don't care how big that place is.
You want to peg me like that bitch who fucked 1,046 guys in 24 hours.
That's what you sound like right now, Joe. I don't know what's gotten into you.
I would do it. I got loose. My anus has juice in it right now. Anus juice. Oh, things would slide right in. It feels so good. You wouldn't even need lube. Nature's lube.
Do you understand how far you've pushed the envelope to the extent that I'm actually not comfortable with this on my stream?
We're talking about Hulk Hogan. What do you expect? You didn't expect me to get full his? His arm is like a baby's arm holding an apple right now. I fucking love Hulk Hogan. I mean, literally, do you remember when Dr. Mark used to be on Bubba's show and he would take penis questions? I called in and I said, I have this problem. I get the fullest, hardest erection every time Hulk Hogan is on my television. What can I do about it? And it was pretty funny. Let me laugh at my own jokes.
Okay. What did he say to do? Just jerk off or what?
No, they all laughed and I didn't even have to take the question any further. It was just like the time, you don't even know this. Nobody knows this, but you know when on Bubba 199, when Bubba has that collar and it says, hey, fat ass, you know, it's some of a fat ass, but I forgot the words now, but I memorized it back when I called. I did that same voice and I called as that kid live on a Bubba 199. I said, hey, fat ass, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Your mom was good too. You know how it ends with your mom was good too.
Yeah.
I did the whole thing. Hey, fat ass, you got a redneck fat ass. Blah, blah, your mom was good too. But it's just, I just farted. I did something else real bad too, but I'll tell you in private because you won't even believe it. You don't want, I'm almost afraid to tell anybody because it's really bad. Like it's really, really bad. A few people know, but nobody in your chat. So they're not going to know tonight either. But before I go, because I know we're going a little long, we're almost at 10 o'clock. Look at that, how time flies.
We haven't even gotten to Bubba's goddamn segment.
I told you before when you told me to call in, I said, play the Bubba stuff now because then I will call in after.
And then I was getting to it and then you call. All right, come on, let's go.
No, then Fat Pig called. No, then Scott Starber called. Then Fat Pig called again, and then you put them together. And then you took all the time away that I could have had to set the Hogan story straight.
All right, what was your last thing? Okay, you're right about everything. What was the last thing?
Do you have any Hogan questions left before I go? Now that I've let all the cats out of the bag.
How big actually is his dong? Hard.
He's got a 7.5 soft, just like the fat pig. The fat pig sent me a picture of his dong when I first met him, and it's long. It's very long. He talks about an upward trajectory. He's full of shit. It's long, it's straight, and it's very circumcised. Very. It's almost like he's got a double layer. I mean, he's off the charts. His dong is nice, though. It's a nice dong. I wouldn't put it in my mouth, but I would consider letting him rub it against my stomach. See, when I was a kid, when I was a 12-year-old, I was friends with a 13-year-old kid. His name was James. He was like all the girls went crazy over him because he was so hot and he was great at sports. He would hit me up.
We're not going to talk about how hot a 13-year-old is on much.
No. I'm just saying. So he would tell me, "Hey, you want to meet up and have a good time?" And I'd say, "Yeah, that sounds
where
great."
Is this going?
For him, meeting up and having a good time means that he would take his penis.
Meeting, M-E-A-T, meeting.
Okay, I didn't think about that at the time. I should have, because he wanted to rub his hard penis against my fat stomach.
All right.
Until he blasted, and he did it. And but I'm still not gay because I didn't have any penetration, and I didn't enjoy it.
I think that's how that works, but it's okay.
Yeah, well, that's what he wanted to do.
Okay.
So he was the key. I would have never had no girls growing up if it wasn't for him. I always got the seconds. He always got the hottest girl, but I got her friend. So it always worked out for me. So still straight.
It was
for
worth,
now.
It was worth jerking him off, right?
I didn't jerk him off. He just fucked my stomach.
I meant jerk him off with your stomach. Yes.
And it's not like he went underneath the fat roll. He was just on the flat part of the stomach with friction. He just wanted friction. Can you blame a guy for wanting friction? You're the gay guy, and you're coming down on me?
Yeah. You know what? For this story, I got to draw the line somewhere, Joe.
Well, I still haven't been penetrated anywhere. And I'm mad. I need penetration. So consider visiting me,
you're
please.
A catch, Joe.
Just fly to Logan Airport. It's 20 minutes from me. You can come right in. You don't know. I'll be waiting. I'll be on my side, ass up, face down, and you could just pretend like you slipped on something. And oops, I slipped on the floor. Then you just fall right into me, and then it's accidental, right?
You know, if you want me to consider visiting you, you'd be better off using the sympathy card rather than the sexual desire.
Because you have a boyfriend, but wait till you're broken up.
Oh, thanks.
That's my next mission. I'm gonna break up your relationship so you can come visit me and fuck me. Ah, fuck me.
That's why.
All right, brother. It's been fun. It's been real, but it hasn't been real fun. I gotta run.
Agreed.
I gotta go for a run. I haven't had my workout yet today, so God bless.
All right, see you, Joe. Keep that anus tight for me. You better stay a virgin till I get. What the hell just happened, guys? All right, what are we doing? What was the topic tonight? Hulk Hogan. All right, yeah, he's dead. Moving on. Free ass. White Ice Tea said free ass. Yeah. You know what? Like, dude. It's like, I'm not desperate. I don't need free ass. I don't know what people think. I'm sorry. That was the gayest shit I ever watched. That was the gayest thing I've ever been involved in. And I have done butt stuff with a guy. But that somehow just that conversation made me feel gayer than I feel when my is, never mind. What were we doing? Hogan. You know what? I took Holyoke Joe's call because he has the Hogan back tattoo, and I really thought I would learn something, and I have just been mentally scarred. That's all that happened. Did we learn something? Oh, well, he says the mole is Brooks man, right? Which we were pretty much, that is clarifying, but yeah, I had kind of, we had kind of figured that out. So yeah, we just heard like 30 minutes of butt talk with Holyoke Joe. It was worth it though. It was. So let's get to Bubba's segment from today. What time did that start, guys? Someone help me. Oh, fuck. Oh, yes. There was a shooting in Idaho. Should have covered that today. I wouldn't have had to hear about butt stuff. Could have saved us all from that. Okay, I remember it was after 8 o'clock.
He had full custody.
This guy about his kids.
The duty of the petitioner to notify the.
More about that guy's kids. It's a long phone call.
As mentions God.
The mayor of New York, the possibly new mayor of New York, who does not kiss Israel's ass. It's very controversial. Let's move on.
No. Public transportation and infrastructure.
Still about New York.
I just listened to Let Me Something over the weekend where Jim Crockett, is that his name?
Jim Cornette?
Jim Cornette.
Oh,
Jim Cornette.
Yep. And Hogan's people come out.
Okay, here we go. Hogan's people. Let's back it up here. Where does it start?
Their only statement, I think, Seth, the only statement that they've given and
oh, and I do have to show you. Stick around, guys. I know we're gonna go at least till like 10:30 or something like that. So I am going to go over, if you want, if you have to get out of here and you want to go spoil it, you can go to my Facebook, but I want to break down what I reposted this article on my Facebook and I had a bunch of comments on it that I wanted to talk about. So we're going to get to that too. But let's get into this here but this is basically Bubba responding over the weekend. There was more criticism against him. There was a video released. I forget who this woman is, but she's got her fucking, Christmas ornaments around her fucking wrists, making jingling noises the whole time. Totally not distracting. They're going to play that.
A fat piece of shit.
Fat piece of shit. All right, hold on.
And although they're not friends anymore.
Okay.
Biggest splash, we take down New York.
And it worked. It was down for a week, and most of the financial firms were in the world.
9/11. Let's go here.
Well, yeah, Greg Kazar from Texas, Summerlee, Pennsylvania, AOC, New York, Rashida Tlaib, Michigan, Bernie Sanders, and.
But meanwhile, Vince Russo, I listened.
Okay, this is where it starts. 22. Sorry, guys, it's taking me a minute. I should have had this saved.
I have been critical.
Okay, here we go.
No, I take that back. I have tried to be a source of information with regards to Hulk Hogan's health. I just listened to Let Me Something over the weekend where Jim Crockett, is that his name?
Jim Cornette?
Jim Cornette.
Oh, you listened to that?
He was killing me.
Yeah,
I thought Jim, I'm sorry, guys. I was already here, but I thought they were talking about something else. Anyway, let's get into it.
But meanwhile, Vince Russo, I listened to his and he's like, listen, bro. Hey, bro.
Vinny?
He's like, bro.
I've
always known Bubba to not have an agenda with regards to Hogan. And although they're not friends anymore, Bubba, if there's anybody who's got potentially an inside source and has nothing to gain, I would probably take Bubba's words a little more seriously because nobody in the world is giving you updates on Hulk Hogan, including Hulk Hogan's people. Now, Hulk Hogan has like 7.7 million on Facebook. I don't know what he has on Instagram.
Guys, am I wrong? Like, before Bubba leaked what some consider to be misinformation, I guess the jury's kind of still out on that, but I am leaning towards believing Bubba on this because, we've already talked about it through the stream. But before, if I'm not misunderstanding this here, before Bubba started leaking some of this debatable information about Hulk Hogan's state of health, no one even knew the motherfucker was in the hospital, right? So even if even if we say at the end of the day, we look at all the information that we end up getting in the, long run of all of this info coming out, even if in the long run, they're like, okay, Hogan wasn't even really on his deathbed. I mean, The surgery barely got a little dicey. He wasn't at any risk of really dying. I mean, whatever. It was just completely blown out of proportion. Regardless, from the way I understand it, Bubba's information coming out at the end of the day got everyone closer to the truth, right? I mean, that's not. Was there reports of Hogan being in the hospital for surgery before any of this? I don't think so. So, I mean, like again, I'm wearing a Bubba Army hat. Maybe I'm playing defense a little too hard for Bubba, being too charitable. But again, even if he was wrong here, Bubba got everyone closer to the truth.
Graham, I don't know what he has on X, but he's got tens of millions of people on his platforms. If you take X, you take Instagram, you take Facebook, and whatever else is out there, he has YouTube. I don't know if he has a very big YouTube channel or not.
I don't think so, no.
But if you take Instagram, X, and Facebook, he probably has 20 plus, if not 30 plus million people. And nobody is giving you any information with regards to his health. Now, when I first came out nearly 2 weeks ago and said that he's on his deathbed, he's not doing well.
As we just went to his Instagram, all they got, the most recent post is just telling you to drink beer, which quite honestly, I don't think is going to help Hogan in his current state right now, whether it's just back surgery or he was at death's door. I don't think that beer is going to help him.
His reps, his spokespersons, and then Eric Bischoff all came out, called me a liar. And the general consensus amongst everybody, including fans, is that I'm a fat piece of shiz liar. I'm a liar.
Bubba, that's because you're reading too many, and maybe there's more negative comments. I don't know what you're reading, but that's not how all of us feel. There's a lot of people that are backing you on this because, I don't know. We're just paying attention to all the factors that we have available here.
And that I'm trying to do this to go viral, to get clicks, to what I can assure you that I'm just trying to give you the information that nobody else has given you. And his camp is obviously not being honest. When his camp, their only statement, I think the only statement that they've given, and back me and correct me if I'm wrong, is the day of when I made the initial splash, they came out and said, Bubba is wrong, and this is not a heart or lung issue. This is a back and neck surgery procedure issue, and that's all it is. And he's lying. I think they said that.
Yeah, they haven't addressed anything else.
There's not been one other statement from them at all. Eric Bischoff doubled down then on the same day and said this was a cervical, a neck issue, and Bubba's wrong. Then
Funny Faces up in here. What's up, bro? Thanks for joining us. We're just covering some of this stuff. If you're just getting here, we had a crazy ass lead up to where we are now. I barely dipped our toes in here, and then we had calls from Scott Starbird and the Fat Pig and then Holyoke Joe, and we learned a lot about Holyoke Joe.
Weekly came in, Lummy, and verified that it was a heart procedure.
That's right.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yes, Us Weekly then came on, and then all...
What the fuck? Okay, hold on. Bro, I'm sounding like Vince Russo. Bro, so Bubba was right about this. Dude. Okay, so yeah, this must have been part of this segment that I missed because I was on the run this morning. Okay. US Weekly is reporting this. Everybody can suck a dick. How are you guys pretending like Bubba is completely off here? It's like slowly but surely it's turning out that Bubba is right about this. Oh, it's just a back thing. And then here we have US Weekly. Hogan recovering from serious, in quotes, heart surgery. I'm on the article right now. I don't want to take you guys over here, but let's get back to the Bubba thing. We'll read this if we have time later. I can be on a little bit later tonight. We're good.
All of the rest of the world reported it, that indeed it was a heart procedure from didn't they use the word kind of it was a
major heart surgery.
It was a major heart surgery.
But he wasn't on deathbed.
But he wasn't on deathbed.
Which is a very broad subjective term.
Well,
Isn't on deathbed. What does that mean?
But Jay, but here's the deal. Like, so I say what I said, which was
so all you guys really like think about this. If Hogan is having some kind of fucking heart procedure and there's any complications, is that not like, does that not go in most people's heads? You go, oh, wow, that's not good. Like, that's really, really not good. Borderline death's door. It's not like he was fucking having like knee surgery and something went wrong, so he's not going to be able to walk right. No one would hear he's having knee surgery, something went wrong, so you go to automatically thinking he could die. That's what you think when someone has heart surgery and something goes wrong. That's literally all of this vindicates Bubba. If we even have the slightest hint of someone saying that something kind of didn't go right in the surgery, that equals death's door. It's heart surgery, right? Right.
Was, he's not doing good. The family's been asked to gather around and say their goodbyes. Hogan.
Funny face. Exactly. Any complications are bad with heart surgery. Very bad.
Is, in my opinion, from what I've been told, rumor has it that he might be on, close to being on death's doorstep. And Hogan's people come out immediately and say, Bubba's a liar. This is a neck issue. Eric Bischoff comes out and says the same thing. TMZ Lemmy comes out and says the same thing. And then at 4:00 later that afternoon, Us Weekly comes out, digs a little deeper, gets somebody else to talk, and kind of validates what I said. So I didn't say anything. I caught a bunch of flack over that. Bubba's a piece of shit. He's a liar. He let his wife, sleep with him. He's a no good piece of crap. He leaked the sex tape. Of course, he's trying to make a name for himself right now because everybody hates him. Hulk Hogan's fine. If you look at some of the comments, you're like, I saw him yesterday walking the beach and all this kind of deal. Well, in that initial hate, which was about a week or so ago, Missy Beefcake, and you saw it.
Yes.
She stated Bubba's not wrong. I saw it. Did you?
Yeah, someone said about the hospital. And she said he's in there.
Yeah, and so when people are like, he's not in the hospital, Bubba's as happy as she is, he's irrelevant. Is Bubba's even on the air? Is he still around? Oh my God.
I love to hear that one.
She came on and said Bubba's not wrong. Because I'm sure that, Brutus still has some insight to, what might potentially be happening. And so she comes out and says, I'm not wrong. So then last Friday, I get on the air and I elaborate more on his health condition. And here's the thing. You could take all of
I did catch some of that show. I don't remember exactly what he got into, but yeah.
Whatever I'm trying to achieve here and completely debunk everything I could potentially be saying incorrectly from my sources if Hogan's people would just say something as to what's really happening. Listen, Hulk is still in the hospital. He had a good weekend this past weekend. He seems to be improving. His current condition is A, B, and C. But here's the thing. Hogan has to always play the, he can't ever be he has to be the immortal, strong, narcissistic, over-the-top megastar that can't be, oh my God, can't be hospitalized or show any weakness or anything like that. Whereas I think they're playing it wrong. You're lying, and eventually your lie is going to catch up to you because eventually he's either going to die or he's going to recover from this. But in recovering from this, you're going to have to tell the story of when he finally gets out of the hospital, which might be a month from now. And from what I've been told, if he does recover from what's going on right now.
Dude, no wonder they're just posting pictures of Hogan's beer on his page. Motherfucker had heart surgery and they pretended he had, neck surgery. No wonder. Motherfucker is down and out. He's as close to death's door as you can get without saying someone is at death's door. And people are fact-checking this like Bubba is just way off.
It's at least a month from now. So what do you say August 1st when you finally are now back on the internet doing videos, healed or not, didn't die at least, but you're now back home. I'm sure that your first day back, you're not, going to Hogan's Beach Club for karaoke night. And
okay, if there's one AI site builder you need to meet, it's this dope tech from Wix.
What do you say?
No, thank you. Wix, guys, find a different, some other company that doesn't play shitty ads on YouTube. and interrupt the stream. I'm never going to use that. The algorithms know I'm never going to use that, but they're just annoying the fuck out of us with ads so that I pay for premium. It's not happening.
At that point.
Well, you know what 2 months of convalescing in a bed does to your body when you're a bodybuilder? I mean, he doesn't just come out. If this, like you're saying, if it takes another 30 days, August 1st, you know, he's going to come out with significant weight loss. I mean, let me just talk generally. A person who's convalescing for that long, meaning you're in a hospital, not active, you're going to lose a ton of muscle mass. You're going to lose a ton of body volume. You're going to come out skinny and...
Bro, this is what, and yeah, Jay is totally right. Hogan's going to look like a ghost of himself when he gets out. Why have to lie, though? He's old. We all know it. Dude, this is what I'm talking about with the fucking RNC stuff being cringe. I'm sorry. It's like you're selling your same fucking gimmick from whatever, 80s or 90s. I don't know. All those people are adults and you look retarded now and you're doing the same thing like it's for kids, but you're trying to get adults to vote for Trump by flexing your biceps. I just like, it makes me, this is what one of the, many factors going into me not having a problem distancing myself from either side of the fucking political aisle, because it's just complete nonsense. Hogan at the RNC, give me a fucking break.
And unhealthy.
Frail.
And so I wish him the world, the best, because I don't like to see anybody suffer, but it certainly is an interesting thing and easy to refute, Bubba.
So,
because we could get a letter today. I could get one tomorrow and I would say, okay, Bubba, here's the truth. And
if I was so wrong, they know his attorney, his main attorney is actually good friends with Jay.
We respect each other and we're friends.
And have had correspondence. You guys correspond with each other.
We sure do.
And he would be saying, hey, you know what? You might want to tell Bubba that to shut it down because everything he's saying is a lie and it's not true.
None of it's coming from a malicious point of view either, what you're saying.
No, and I'm not trying to be malicious. I'm just trying to give the public, arguably he's still
public figure.
One of the most, he's certainly a public figure, but he's one of the most popular people in the world.
Newsworthy.
And so as I give the information that I've been given through my sources, I just catch all this hate. And you're lying because 2 weeks ago, and people keep going back to Hogan. Even Hogan's people said he's okay. And let me, in some of the comments, have you seen? I Googled it.
Yeah, ChatGPT.
That's how they confirmed it.
I Googled it. ChatGPT.
Guys, that's what I was saying. When I saw the Google AI pop up, for a second, I was like, oh man, maybe Bubba is wrong about this. But I think the AI is kind of spinning this. I told you guys when I read it, it was funny to me. This is what I'm saying. They don't even, the Google AI has now, which it didn't initially, actually adds the little paperclip thing that links you to what it's citing. But of course, it, at least without clicking the read more thing, which it could have, maybe if I had scrolled down, they would say, here's a contradicting source that says this isn't, and it'd be US Weekly, bare minimum, it would say that, maybe cite Bubba and whatever. But in the initial thing where it said Hulk Hogan had just had spine surgery and he's fine, it didn't mention anything about US Weekly. So it's just really funny. And I do remember I had heard some of this segment this morning and I was like, I thought Bubba cited something and whatever. So I'm glad we're listening to this again because I was really distracted trying to get to the hospital this morning.
He says he's due to be released any day.
I sent you his most recent Instagram photo, which is quite interesting.
Yeah, which was what, from 2 years ago?
No. It was yesterday, but it's talking about today. Oh, yeah. It's just weird. It's him at the hangout or the hangout.
You know what time it is? Hogan.
This fucking thing. Guarantee you, he don't look like that laying in that hospital bed. He looks like I bet he looks like an actual corpse right now.
Hangout on Monday night is always ice cold. So they're just listen. I'm telling you, that wasn't taken. Like that's.
We're talking about Monday night, which is tonight, but they posted it yesterday.
Was it a special at the place?
No.
So I'm just saying, like they're going. If you look at his, they're going.
That's yesterday's too.
Okay, right.
Yep. And they only post one a day, so they posted 2 in one day.
Now this is I think from Saturday.
Yeah.
And it's just all about promoting his beer. Well, the number, and then
I want to see Hogan in the hospital bed drinking a beer, or I'm continuing to spread the rumor that he's been dead.
This is people that they've signed with this new wrestling federation. Listen, you know what's more important right now than your beer and your startup wrestling promotion? Your health and your well-being. You got the entire world right now worried about your health.
What did Missy say about it?
Well, she
cuts you deep, Bubba.
She does. We'll get to it next. Okay.
You're listening to the Bubba The Love Sponge Show.
Okay, let's skip through the commercial. Is this back yet? No. Okay.
Love Sponge Show.
Are we still on for Joe Exotica today?
Yes, we are. I can't get a hold of him when he's obviously it's tough to deal with him. Trying to schedule him.
Guys, I didn't hear the last of the show. Did Bubba actually have Joe on or no? Because one of the last I heard, I thought he was late on the call or something. Did anybody that heard the full show, can you tell me real quick?
This is going to be our last one.
Yes.
There's not really,
we're not going to have time to get to it tonight anyway, but I don't know.
I mean, there's not really much to talk about.
Yeah, he keeps sending stuff.
You got screwed. I know what it's like to get screwed. I've been screwed, although I haven't been put in prison yet, but I wouldn't be, Jay, I wouldn't doubt if that's not the next thing that when society finally gets me, that's what's going to happen is I'm going to end up in prison.
But you don't do anything that you go to prison. That's so far away. It's just not 30 years ago.
What if I get pulled over and they find, a kilo of cocaine in the back of my truck?
Then someone put that kilo of cocaine in your truck and I defend you because that's complete BS.
Okay, well.
Well, now if you go over 100 miles an hour in Florida, they put you in jail for up to 30 days.
No, that's the one I heard.
That's effing BS.
That's crazy.
Now,
Did you hear about that?
Who passed that law?
Steven just sent me that, Mosh. Is that true?
Yeah, it goes into effect tomorrow.
Will you send me the...
Yeah, I want to know about that one because if that's true, everyone needs to slow the F down because you're going to go to jail for 30 days if they catch you over 100.
So this is your last day to go 100, everybody.
Yeah. One morning I don't show up, you'll know why.
Yeah. I mean, listen, when I come back from the track, I usually set it at 105, 110.
They say that it's up to the police officer's discretion if you are causing danger to people.
You better be very nice.
Yeah. So
105, 110. Easy there, Sponjo.
Again, Friday, I make some very serious, I wouldn't say allegations, some serious intel that I'd received about the Hulk Hogan health situation. And please note, listen, if you guys want me to stop, like just not giving you information that I'm getting in his current health situation, and you just want them to keep lying to you, and he's going to lay in a hotel, in a hospital bed until 3, 4, 5 weeks from now when they finally release him, and you just want to be a bunch of ton wagon followers, then I'll just shut up. Because it seems like it's me giving you information. I'm either a liar, or I'm a cuckold, or I am searching for clicks, or I'm just fake news. I'm a slime bag.
What are you reading all this stuff for?
Well, I'm just.
Yeah, you got to stay off of Reddit.
No, it's not Reddit. It's not Reddit. This is my very own.
What?
This is my very own Facebook page.
Yeah,
I was going to say you can avoid this. But
No,
you can't.
no, I can't. This is the 1,500 comments.
And this is really, it sucks, but. Sometimes I don't know if Sponge is reading enough of the positive comments, and maybe it is that there's more negative. When people are angry about something, they're probably this is just the toxic nature of social media, is that they're more likely to say something. I don't know if it's necessarily caused by social media. Maybe this is just human nature, but it might be that people are more likely to actually take the time and leave a comment when they're fucking pissed off about something. When they are, I guess, in the context of scrolling past a video or something on Facebook, where Bubba is talking about this and they disagree very much so, they're more likely to leave a comment than if they're like, oh, that's interesting. I didn't know Hogan is probably secretly dying.
As you scroll down through them, you're like, there's nobody that says, you know what? Thank you for keeping us updated, even though we hope you're wrong. And I've heard otherwise, that what you're saying is not true. Thank you for, giving us this information.
Let me be the first to say it then. Sponge, Bubba the Love Sponge, thank you for keeping us up to date. However, I hope it is true. I hope Hulk Hogan is dead, because I'm sick of him flexing biceps and selling beer to Republicans. It's cringy. Rest in peace, Hulk Hogan.
There has been a few people say, listen, guys, Hogan's people haven't refuted any of this. They only had a comment one day, 2 weeks ago. All they're posting on all their social media is just, old pictures from him promoting his beer. He has a huge social platform that he could debunk all of this by being honest, right?
For sure.
It would literally take probably 60 seconds of Hulk Hogan being awake and conscious in his bed, which they probably can't get out of him at this moment because of his state of health. It would take 60 seconds of Hulk Hogan being conscious in his hospital bed for him to sit up and go, "Hey, brothers, I just had a little neck surgery. I'm fine, brother." 60 seconds for him to record that and post it. They can't even get that out of him.
And here's the other deal. Hogan, you're working
Hogan's in a coma or dead.
Wrong. Everybody loves you. You're one of the most one of the
You heard it here first. Hulk Hogan's dead. They cloned him. He's been dead since The Undertaker did the tombstone on him. They cloned Hulk Hogan with DNA that they froze back when The Undertaker did the fucking tombstone, and they grew a new clone Hulk Hogan just to sell beer to Republicans. I hope this one dies too.
Beloved, now, I don't know if the current wrestling fan likes you as much as the guy my age, but you're very well loved. You're very well, beloved. And so they could be pulling
No, you're
for
not.
you. Instead of having to be Johnny narcissistic, I can't show that I'm having a tough time. I can't ever show my weak side. I got to always be on top. It's not good for the brand to show. But instead, what if they were like, yes, you know what? Hulk is in the hospital. He just got out of intensive care. By the way, he has moved hospitals.
Oh.
So
he moved hospitals. Maybe he's in the hospital where my mom is at. I can go. You guys want me to get some secret intel from Tampa General? Truth revealed. Another question that Bubba should be asked is what happened to his dog. He never talks about his dog anymore. I don't know what happened to it. I mean, most of his dog coming up in content, I almost said context, but either or. Most of the context of his dog being shown in content was when he's doing the food reviews. I think Bubba hasn't done a food review, right? White Ice Tea, you being serious? Is Bella gone? You're fucking around, right? I feel like this is something Holyoke Joe would know and have told me.
So maybe he got stable enough to move hospitals.
That's good.
And here's our current condition that we're working on. I think people would be like, yeah, finally, some legitimate news about his health.
I'd go buy a 12-pack of American beer for him.
Well, here's the deal. You'd at least know what's really going on.
Because you're an alcoholic, Lummy.
And you don't have to get your information from the fat ass, not relevant anymore, shock jock that you don't really know, but you've been told to hate. And you're getting it right from Hogan. And people love to rally behind their favorite icon or hero that's in the hospital having a medical issue. I mean, my God, you might sell more beer than ever.
Yeah.
If they had him like, hey, brother, I just want to let you know, I just got off the Viz and a Lizator.
Go out there and drink a beer for me during the 4th of July because I can't have one.
I can't have any. Yeah. I mean, for real.
Yeah.
Lummy's pretty good.
Like Lummy, he's got the case of
Lummy knows his ads for alcohol, let me tell you. And that's because he is an alcoholic.
Beer right there. And he's all hooked up to, these machines like, hey, brother, I just want to.
Functioning alcoholic.
I'm having a real off tiz on right now in the hospital. Just got off the Viz and a Lizator. And if this July 4th, I could be out there barbecuing with you and drinking the real American Biz here, I would, but I can't. So for everybody out there, say your prayers for me. I'm
all my Hulkamania's out there.
Truth revealed. Who are you? Is this Charlie? Hey, Charlie, if this is you, I want to interview you for my my podcast that's on the Bubba Army podcast. Or if this isn't Charlie, if you know how to get in touch with Charlie, I will interview you. Bubba won't take your calls anymore, okay? That's just not going to happen. I think Bubba is actually, he's completely, like, he's drawn a real line in the sand. He's not going to take them calls. So if you want to get your voice heard, it's got to, whatever I deal with talking to Charlie, it's got to be easier than talking to the Fat Pig or Holyoke Joe, wrangling Joe while he's trying to tell me about gay stuff he's done. I don't know. Charlie should come to Barb. It's a good idea, White Ice Tea. It'd be rowdy. I'm not Charlie? Oh, okay. F you, as in me. Hey now.
I want Hulkamania to say your prayers for me because I'm not doing so good, and I'm hoping to be home soon. And don't listen to that Bubba guy because he doesn't know what he's talking about. Brother.
You said he switched hospitals this week. I mean, that's gotta be good news.
I don't know if he switched hospitals this weekend or it was late, like it was Friday. But
they ran out of blood at that hospital. That's not good news. They had to take him to another hospital for blood bags.
Yeah, they've switched hospitals. So I don't. Yeah, again, that's kind of all I got. I have a lot more. I do have a lot more, but I can't say it. I have more information, but I can't say it. So, Brutus the Barber Beefcake, who Lummy hates Hogan.
What's going on in the Charlie doesn't speak the truth. I am the truth. Okay. That's exactly what Charlie would say, DMS. It's him. Oh, okay. Well, Charlie or not Charlie, welcome. I like people hanging out here. I would rather, prefer you not start Bubba Army drama in my chat, but whatever. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with the people angry at the show or whatever. I don't know what I've never gone to the Reddit page. People have sent me the link to it. And what I know for mobile, it makes you with some stuff on Reddit, it makes you create a Reddit to like go on and see certain shit. So I've never even looked at the fucking Reddit page. The only experience I've had on Reddit is when I made that the parody song about Dave Blunt's, the really like fat 500 some pound rapper. I linked my parody song on Reddit, went to Reddit for that. I just like found I literally had no idea what I was doing, but I saw there were some people talking about Dave Blunt's in there, and I posted it in what I thought were chats talking about Dave Blunt's. That's literally the only time I've been on Reddit.
Hates him.
Yeah.
Absolutely hates him. And this is why.
Brutus hates Hogan.
Here's this isn't too long ago. And this is Beefcake. You need to get on the same page as your wife. Here's what Beefcake thinks of Hogan.
And then, it finally did happen. Hogan did the intro for me.
Talking about getting inducted to the Hall of Fame.
Went off script, started talking about this.
By the way, let me. Hogan's, when he was posting and he was not hospital ridden, he was shooting on Brutus as a mid carder. I don't know if it's Seth or if you guys saw any of that. He was like the Raul, some kind of French Canadian tag team. These guys belong in the Hall of Fame, and I know people that are in the Hall of Fame that were mid carders at best. And he's talking about Brutus. He's actually shot on Brutus being in the Hall of Fame, where the Rougeau brothers or something like that should be in it. And he shoots on Hogan. He shoots on Brutus. Well, Brutus shoots back at him.
Zodiac.
Let me just hear you.
Script started talking about the Zodiac. The great Hulk Hogan. He couldn't even keep his head straight. Couldn't remember what he's supposed to say. And then, because we hadn't even been really talking before this thing happening, when Vince called me and said they're gonna put me in, and then Hogan called me and said, let's get together and talk about this stuff. And so he's trying to be my friend, and then he does the induction, announces me, and walks right off the stage, grabs his wife, and leaves. Doesn't even wait to hear my induction speech. Just leaves, walks out. So I guess that tells you what kind of friend he really was.
Boom. That's your husband's take on things. Now, for him to have those take on things, and for you early on, Missy, to co-sign with.
Okay, so this is the video Bubba's about to play. Someone sent me this because I had I don't know. Yeah, I think it was during the show, during my stream, someone brought up the Hogan stuff, and I was like, I don't know what the fuck to think, whatever, But now I'm pretty sure Bubba's been right. I mean, if anyone is actually seeing everything that I've shown on the stream tonight, and you think that Bubba's just talking out of his ass, I don't know what, you must actually just be a Hogan mark or something. Big E's up in here. What's up? Trust me, it's not Charlie. His name is Kevin from Silver Spring. Oh, okay. Oh, that's funny. All right, let's get back to this.
me early on. You were one of my backers in the comment section of the Facebook when I said the very first time that I said Hogan was in trouble and that he's in dire straits. You got on there and said Bubba's not lying. He's in the hospital. Now, for her to do an about face tells me this, that the Hogan people have got a hold of her. They saw her maybe potentially comment on my Facebook posting, Lummy, and they've got a hold of her and said, you need to position Bubba as a piece of shiz and shoot on Bubba. The other thing is, she pretty much recants what I said last Friday. Remember, Lummy, where I said I went through the whole trial and how Jay and Kevin and those guys had positioned the judge, whereas if I had to go in there and testify during the Gawker, I was going to plead the fifth.
Yes.
And Kevin got it to where I didn't even have to show up. She just read on the record that I had to plead the fifth.
Kevin did, or I did?
No, you did.
That's a big one.
I didn't.
So it's okay. Kevin did a lot, but that was a big one. I was very happy with that one.
I get you and Kevin messed up.
It's okay, because he's done some huge lifting too.
But this, you represented me. You were there at depositions. During the depositions at Gawker, Hogan was giving me the office. Hogan actually had a conversation with Jay, in the parking lot. And so, I towed the line. I did a job clean in the middle. You
did not take the Fifth Amendment one time during your deposition that lasted probably 6 hours and all day long.
So I talked about this on Friday.
Yes, you did.
And so for her, this is her spin. I think this was just a couple days ago.
Okay, so I think that Bubba the Today Sponge needs to take it down a notch. Okay,
I think you need to find somebody to do better lip injections.
Maybe some sunscreen.
Because look at all the attention that he's getting.
See, Lummy, this is it right here. They're mad. Hold on, because I'm getting attention on this issue, and her and Eddie are not.
These fake medical reports and known like his confidence people.
Well, wasn't it validated with my reports the first time when I said it was
his confidence people,
not a neck and back issue? Indeed, it was a heart procedure. Didn't Us Magazine pretty much validate what I said?
They sure did.
So, Missy, it's not fake. You're not privy to it, and you're not getting any clicks out of it. That's what you're so mad about.
I think people are kayfabe and Bubba. I think they're
she's using your language.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Make him look like a dick when Hulk Hogan pops up at WrestleMania 10,000, still immortal, and run wild.
And getting boozed. Hulk Hogan pops up at WrestleMania getting booed.
That's my opinion. So I know that Bubba gave the Hulkster his wife. He lied under oath, gave him the office, etc., etc. When
never lied under oath.
He just pled the fifth, yeah. Promo code lover. She called him Bubba the Today Sponge. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck that's about. But at least people know who she's talking about. All around, even if, I feel like right now, I know Bubba has thick enough skin. If he can just handle some of the fucking bullshit hate, he looks so much better in the end. Because as slowly but surely it appears he's getting vindicated. I mean, I didn't know about the Us Weekly article explaining that it was a heart-related procedure. I mean, I just pretty much, that's all I need to see. I understand there's probably more people that it's going to take more convincing for them, but that's enough for me to see that some news outlet is verifying something similar, even though the article disputes some of Bubba's emphasis on his bad state or whatever. They did verify that he's not just in there for some fucking back bullshit.
Nope.
See, let me.
Nope.
She's misconstruing when
That's
I was
factually
going
untrue.
when I was going through the Gawker trial when Hogan was giving me the office. She was listening to the show.
Yes, she was.
And she just misinterpreted what I said.
He lied under oath, gave him the office, etc., etc. when they were in court.
I love when people try to talk the business and they don't know what they're talking about.
The sex trafficking thing. But on
the sex trafficking thing. Buzzard Bob said, "Hey Steve, there's a fake Buzzard Bob on Bubba's chat room." I don't know which one I'm talking to at this very moment. Is that you? Are you talking about yourself? I've seen like 3 Buzzard Bob accounts in my goddamn chat. I don't know who's who.
Honestly, my advice to Bubba the Today Sponge and all the other news medias that are covering Bubba, come on now. You think Bubba's going to know? No.
Charms is she wearing on her
Bubba
wrist?
knows.
Hold on. This is at the end of the day, this is what she really wants you to know.
Let me just say, the aesthetic of someone being a Christian, a Christian woman having a cross necklace that's just like jiggling around in between her tits with her cleavage out. That's a vibe.
No. Ro will know before Bubba knows.
I don't know who Ro is.
Oh, is Ro her little psych? Oh, the stupid with the glasses.
I don't know.
It's like her alter ego.
Is that what she put on the glasses? Is that like Ro now?
I think so.
Yeah, oh my goodness.
Hello.
Yo, Bubba.
Let me 2 phone calls and a quick break so I'm not too late for Joe. Yes, go ahead. So quickly, sir.
Yeah, this is Jeff, FD from Philly. You were talking about the off-road and on-road diesel earlier, and I deliver both products out of the same truck, and one time I accidentally filled 20 18-wheelers with dyed diesel, and believe it or not, I never got caught. You know how much that fine would have been?
Oh, huge. I would have shut my mouth and just moved along.
That's exactly what I did. I had to get rid of the diesel regardless. So I said, well, I'll take my chances, see what happens, you know, because it came back on me because I was the one that delivered it, you know?
But you got lucky, my friend. I appreciate your call. Thank you for listening.
You got it.
Thank you. And
good job getting rid of him, Bubba. Jesus. We're balls deep in Hogan right now.
Finally, hello.
Hey, Bubba, it's Jim Lockwood, attorney over here in Michigan. Two things. But Jay, I'm glad I get to talk to you. I admire you and
I did hear part of this call.
Your brother and the law firm and stuff you guys do down there is awesome.
Thank you.
I'm blind and I have my own practice up here in Michigan and Indiana. I
A
can
blind lawyer. Yeah, that's right. I did hear some of this morning. This is funny.
help that guy out possibly. He can go to my website, lockwoodlegal.com. But where's your cease and desist, Bubba? If all what you're saying is false and they don't like you, why don't they just sue you?
Well, in Florida, it's called a 770.
That's what I was talking about. Yeah.
And so in Florida, in the media, it's called a 770. If somebody makes a statement that's not factual, potentially liable, slanderous, they'll issue a 770 to the broadcaster, or in my case, me through Jay, and then Jay would write a retraction.
You get 10 days to correct or retract, and then there's no claim.
Yeah. So that's what that procedurally here in Florida is how it would go down. And we've, they know Jay's counsel. Jay's accepted service for me.
And they haven't sent shit. They know exactly where to send it. They know exactly who to send it to.
On behalf of them before. So again, you're right. Like if I'm, so far, if I'm so far left and wrong, then let's, where's my, like you would say, C&D and or 770.
I bet he had prior knowledge of his upcoming condition, and he didn't tell his investors of his new wrestling and his beer, and
oh, interesting.
That's why he can't reveal. If he does, they're gonna say, well, wait a minute, we pumped all this money into you.
Dude, this is what I'm talking about. These fucking haters that are talking shit all over Bubba's Facebook and wherever, YouTube comments, wherever the fuck they're talking shit. You guys aren't even thinking about how much more the facts, in quotation marks, surrounding this situation, how much more risky this whole thing is, how much more is on the line for Hogan than it is for Bubba. I mean, there's just Bubba's reputation, which, look, this is going to sound like an insult, but it's like, he can only go up. And he is. I mean, no, God damn it, I'm going to be in trouble for that. I didn't mean that the way it sounded, but it's like, look, Bubba's show is different these days. And I know there's probably some people that think this is some kind of like wrestling style work that Bubba is doing. That's what I mean by his reputation. People think this is like some fucking Ned thing or something. And I think they're just totally off here. There's as I said, Hogan's got a lot more on the line like this. It's been discussed on Bubba's show before. I think maybe Babyface or somebody else was in there someday when they were discussing the legal ramifications of his investors and all of this shit.
Your product.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're saying that you had 90% blockage and you didn't tell us?
Yeah, why are they keeping it down?
Great insight. Yeah, great.
That's why it is.
Great positioning. Yeah, you're right. They're going to be like, why didn't you disclose all this before we, put in $25 million of capital into your brand? Why didn't you disclose this?
Well, it's interesting.
You have to disclose that. He is the brand.
Yeah.
I mean, without him, it's meaningless.
Man, appreciate your insight.
Yep, no problem.
By the way, real quick, Roe, I suppose, because is that little kid that did the little Hulk Hogan thing.
All right, so that kid, this little 7-year-old, he's gonna know, before I'm gonna know,
before you know, with all your connections in wrestling for the last
when my
40
source,
years.
My source would actually, all I'd have to do is tell you who my source is, and it would go from everybody hating me, Lummy, to everybody saying, oh man,
I know your source.
I know.
They'd be apologizing to you.
Like, oh my God, for real? That's your source? Oh Jesus. Well, maybe you're not so fat, and maybe you're not so wrong.
Maybe if you got it from Roe, it would be okay.
Yeah, exactly.
If you love that segment,
pop.
Then check out BubbaArmyHQ.com and do a deep dive on past shows. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show will be right back.
Buzzard Bob asks, who gives a shit about Hogan? This is what I've said the whole time. I don't care about Hogan being alive. I care about him being dead. I wish he were dead so that he would stop using the Republican Party to sell beer. That's pretty much my stance on this whole thing. That's why I care. I understand that other people don't care. All right, let's see if there's any more to this Hogan stuff. I think she played that other chick's video. I think that might have been it for the Hogan stuff. Let's see. Let me just check real quick. I'll go to the Facebook deal and then.
guys!
Oh, God! And then we'll get out of here. I don't have junk. Why am I getting a I got junk ad?
We brought a truckload of magic. What would you like to make disappear?
Hulk Hogan.
All that.
I find it refreshing. You're just way different than Dan in a good way. In a very good way. It's good.
Oh, damn.
Just switch it up a little bit.
I think Dan's listening.
No,
You know he is. Of course he is.
No, I don't think so.
We do have a Fox News alert now. There is an active shooter situation developing.
Okay, so we're done with the Hogan stuff there. Let's not talk about the shooting in Utah. And I was not far from there. I actually probably am going to Utah. Guys, we're already trying to figure out our next trip. It's not going to be that soon. But yeah, guys, I've got the bug. I need to travel. I need to go see other shit. Guys, it was incredible going to Wyoming and South Dakota. It was fucking insane. I can't explain, like, coming back to Tampa. And look, Tampa has a special place in my heart. And I've traveled other places, but as an adult, I really haven't done a lot of traveling. But, dude, coming back to Tampa after being in some place like Casper, Wyoming, just wide open, fucking traffic was basically nothing. It was incredible. The streets look clean. When we went hiking in the mountains and stuff, we didn't find a pile of trash and someone's mattress that they fucking dumped somewhere. It was incredible. And when we came back to Tampa, the first day I was back in Tampa, it was weird and it felt gross. I've just been in the city so long, I just thought that that's how you live, you know? DMS got to get a passport, travel to Europe. Bro, I don't think it's valid anymore. I forget how long they're supposed to last because I did get a passport to go on a cruise to Cozumel. But yeah, I do want to get a passport. After going to fucking Wyoming and whatever, flying, guys, you don't know. For years I've been I'm not getting on a plane. It's just not happening. It's my anxiety is too fucked up, whatever. Guys, my anxiety, going on this trip on this plane was more proof to me that with everything, the choices in my diet and just different things in life, I'm making good choices that are actually having positive effects on my mental state, mainly my anxiety level and stuff like that, because that's one of the worst things that I deal with these days. Well, not these days, but as I'm getting to, it's just as of recently, that's been my worst struggle is my anxiety level. But yeah, guys, I fucking got on that plane. I thought about getting a drinking one or two fucking gin and juices or something. Thought about smoking, even though sometimes with something like a plane ride, I think smoking would actually make me trip out and get freaked out easier. Guys, I fucking raw dogged those fucking flights, and they were flights from hell. We got stuck on that plane for hours, got redirected because of a storm. It was fucking bonkers. And I just took the whole thing in, raw dogged it. No drink, no nothing. Just had my little nicotine toothpicks on the plane and playing my my R36 Max console emulator deal. I did good. All right, let's. I'll bring you guys to my Facebook. Let me find this thing first. Where's the Bubba thing? This was a couple days ago, I guess. Yes. Okay. Let me get you guys to this tab with me. We're just going to take a look at this. Okay. Comments on this are hilarious. IDK, why people believe Hogan's reps over Bubba. Hogan and his reps have more incentive to lie. Let's take a look. Joseph Clark, I think he's a goner, brother. Let's hope so. I mean, rest in peace. Okay, so look at this. This is the post. I'll go down here. Did I do any gay stuff on vacation? Of course I did. It wouldn't be a vacation if I didn't do gay stuff. All right, so here, this Wrestling Edge. Breaking news. Hulk Hogan is allegedly in a coma after a problem with his heart valve. Bubba the Love Sponge is reporting. Look at this. This actually, I was stunned that it wasn't more like 50-50. Well, not stunned, but, nothing surprises me on the internet anymore, but you know what I mean. I was like, wow. I mean, all these fucking people are just marks for Hogan, and it really is the Bubba effect. Bubba has been he's been smeared and also blacklisted. So when you have those two things going on where people are like lying and misrepresenting some high profile drama about you in the news, and then you're also blacklisted so you can't defend yourself. So this is like reflecting here in the comments a little bit. Big fat lie, fake news, lies just like last time. Yeah, he also got called out for lying before. TMZ didn't post it. It's fake. That's scary. Kick out at 2 Hulk. That's pretty funny. 6 of 1,000 and I'm sure this is like how a lot of the comments are. Fake news. He's fine. Only if it was true. There's someone else like me that wishes Hogan was dead. The fact that you can't believe what either one of these two says is very sad. Well, that's the thing is, but people don't really have all of the factors in focus when considering this. Bubba the Love Sponge, not credible. See, this is, I was reading this and I was just like, wow, man. I mean, people don't keep up with the show. Like the average fan is seeing what Bubba is showing us, and it makes sense to us because we're seeing more data in the equation here. Man, his newest venture flatlines, and this is how he reacts. What are you talking about? Okay. Last week he said he was on his deathbed. Bro, this is the thing. He was. And then look, someone posts the AI overview. And look, guys, this looks like the full AI overview that they posted here. And as you'll notice, there is no link to the US Weekly article or Us Weekly article vindicating Bubba, saying that it was heart related. Big E said over under that Hogan's last words are the N word. I'm gonna say yes on that just for fun. Yeah, so here's more fake and old fake information from over a week ago. Bro, none of these people are like keeping up with what is actually being released on this. It's sad. Play real American, he'll get out of a coma. Hogan waking up in hell later today. There's no Hulkamaniacs here, brother. Google says it's his back and neck, not life-threatening. Wonder when they're going to correct that. I'm sure Google's going to get right on that. Uh-oh, here we go. Here's a sensible person. Oh, I already liked this comment earlier. If Bubba is lying or doesn't have the story straight, why hasn't Hogan come out on video to put the issue to rest? Huh. That question seems so sensible that I feel fucking retarded as the average commenter on Facebook. Wow. Bubba may be bombastic, but I don't think he'd lie about this. And no one is trying to shut him up, I think they meant here. There's a lot of people who make a living off Hogan being alive. Maybe they're protecting their investment. Well, there we go. Wow. So I found, I hope this isn't a bot, because this is like the one sensible comment on this fucking godforsaken post. Look, I don't want to believe Bubba with his story, but if Hulk Hogan isn't in a coma, then why aren't we hearing from Hogan via tweet or video? Here we go. Uh-oh, more sensible people in the chat. Hogan's reps don't like to see that. His words before the coma were, buy more tickets to my event. Hulkster can never die. His bandmates from Metallica are rallying around him. Oh, fuck. Someone said, I believed it until I read it was from Bubba. Look at this. People posting the AI overview. Guys, this is actually, we're getting to this era of the AI stuff where it's actually making people retarded. They're going to just believe what the AI overview said. And, you know, there's AI stuff that's like told people to fucking eat rocks and stuff. People are just going to start chewing and breaking their teeth on rocks. Samir Kalebik, this guy really knows. He's not in a coma. LOL. He's doing just fine. Yeah, this guy knows. This guy fucking knows. For sure. This fucking person who's clearly an immigrant definitely knows. Yeah, guys. That's what we're dealing with. That's what we got. AI overview is thinking for everybody. We're good, guys. You don't have to think because we got Google AI and it'll just tell you what the truth is. The AI overview creates, oh shit, it scrolled up. AI overview creates an article from so many sources, so it gets some stuff wrong. Yeah, that's what I was saying. So a lot of the time it shows that little paperclip deal, which is links to other stuff. So that's the thing, is like it doesn't always have the full story. Buzzard Bob, I appreciate it, sir. Thank you. If you haven't already, I know I always forget to do this. I just like doing the stream and not having to fucking remind people to please hit the like button. And if you're new, please subscribe. We cover all kinds of stuff on this channel. I got parody songs on my channel. My uncensored parody stuff is on Twitter and Rumble. And yeah, that's what we do. That's how we do. I also make my own intro music, my own royalty-free music from my own stream. I kind of got control of everything here. It's my little brainchild, my retarded brainchild. And if anyone's interested, fucking Keith Yawher. By the way, this is the Keith Yawher Studios, sponsored by Keith Yawher, bringing you Dark Times with Dark Match Steve. Motherfucker threw 125 at me last Friday, I think. God damn it, funny face. I promise I'll set up the Zelle soon. I've been super fucking busy. I was out of town in fucking Wyoming, definitely not thinking about Zelle, even though I probably should have been because I spend a lot of money out there. But anyway, yeah, guys, if you want funny face, I promise I'll get that done eventually. I appreciate you guys that actually want to financially help me out a little bit, because you know, the streaming does take some time out of my day. I love doing it, And but it does help because I have to pay for this fucking software too. And to be able to go live on Twitter, I have to have premium. So anyway, but yeah, if you want to throw a few dollars my way, again, I have a job. I have a normal job, so it's not like necessary. But if you feel like helping to support the show financially, you've already hit the like button, you hit the subscribe button, and you've maybe even shared the stream. And you're like, I want to do something more because I like this show that much for some reason. You can do that by going to PayPal. I'm Dark Match on PayPal, DARKMATCH. And then on Venmo, I'm Dark Match Steve, DARKMATCHSTEVE. Why I see no Cash App or PayPal, only Zelle. I'll set it up, guys. I'll get it done. And that should at least show you I'm actually more focused on doing having a fun stream. I'm more focused on that than trying to fucking, make money off of this. My page isn't even monetized. We got no commercials. So, at least I hope you guys see that my heart's in the right place. I'm not just fucking trying to, get money. But it does help. I'll set up the Zelle. I really appreciate you guys telling me to do that. So, yeah, anyways, this has been Dark Times with Dark Match Steve. I got to get out of here, eat some dinner, and get to bed. I'm going into work a little later tomorrow, so I didn't mind going a little late. But, yeah, we're almost at 3 hours. Haven't done a 3-hour one in a few weeks, I think, at least. DMS, do you bank online? Yeah. I don't have an actual the app for my bank, but, yeah, I do. Yeah. I know it should be easy to set up. It probably takes 5 seconds. I've been all over the place, especially before the trip, the last few weeks before the trip. I've been like delirious. What's my account and routing number? Big E, we know your capabilities. You could probably find that on your own without my help. That's why I don't mess with you. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Everybody have a good night. Get some sleep. I'll be in the Bubba Army chat in the morning. He's on 6 to 10. I should be up in there in the morning at some point. I might sleep in a little bit, but at least by like 8 o'clock, I'll be up in that chat, bitch. And then, our evening lineup is Scott Starbird, our boy, at 6 p.m. Eastern. Then Alex Stein goes on at 7 p.m. Eastern. And I'll be in both of those chat rooms slutting it up like normal. And then I go live at 8 p.m. after Alex Stein's show is over. So I'll see you then, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all for the support. I fucking love you guys, for real. I really appreciate it. I will see you guys tomorrow. Love ya. By the way, Holyoke Joe has a stream as well. Check out his stream. Holyoke Joe does stream. Forgive me. I already mentioned your stream tonight, Holyoke Joe. Thank you.